Hello there! Welcome to the Clark side. I am Clark. Before we begin, please remember to chill touch that like button and subscribe to join the skeleton crew. Speaking of which, I've got with me Jake, Jeff,
Howdy.
John,
Hey.
Jose,
Hello.
and Jess.
Hello.
Alright, who wants to recap us on what happened last time?
It's a good question, boss. It's a very good question. It's been so long, and I'm not looking at the map right now, so I can't really tell you. I think we killed a lot of zombies, or meat puppets.
Yes, we killed meat puppets. Did a pretty good job at it,
Mm.
and activated a trap that we were lucky enough to back out of without starting another.
The skeletons, yes. I don't know if it was in thing that, hey, if you have an Azorius member who puts this, you can avoid this fight for a little bit. Either way, I thought it was cool.
We also have some runes scattered, and
Which we know to be bad.
Indeed. And you still have a number of rooms to explore in this dungeon. Now, what were you saying, Jess?
I was thinking I'm pretty meat puppets back behind the ruins, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, there were some that ran past, and after you fought some ones to the south, some group from the north came for, to eat your brains. And you have vanquished all of them. The dungeon as it is now is a relatively quiet. Splug is kind of sitting against a wall, picking his nose, not minding his own business. And what are the rest of you doing?
I believe we just took a short rest, right?
Yeah, I think we were.
We did a short rest, and then we all wandered over here and nearly got attacked by Plenty and Pen. And we were then arguing whether we wanted to fight and go to the rooms beyond or try attacking a bunch of people armed with explosives.
I believe we decided to wait on the skeletons because that was.
Well, I think I argued that we could use the choke point to narrow it down, but that would have been my I really don't want to fight the explosive dude.
We also talked about trying to get over evading them.
That too.
Perhaps a combination of using Featherfall and throwing someone over to get them to the.
Oh yeah, because it's only really step on them, right?
Yes, you discern that. Yeah, you discern that if you actually step on them, that's what activates them.
Oh, that it would seem that from that big carpet is a possibility.
Yeah, that's what I suggested last time. Was put the corpses over the top and then step on top of the corpses if need be.
That would be a good way to get back over to the other side of the ruin in case we find something we need to back away from.
I wonder if we can even use the routers because, their flesh was falling off. They might fall them.
Ooh, that's
I think there were a couple that were more intact than the others.
Yeah, a couple normal ones, but a lot.
Mm-hmm.
They were like.
Speaking, we only need one per square. We can just throw one of. But
Or we could still but then have the corpses underneath just in case we miss.
I think I'm the only one who would even come close to succeeding that.
Well, it's only a 10-foot jump. As long as we have enough movement speed, we can jump over them.
I actually don't have 10 strength.
Oh.
Yeah, I've got 7.
Him and Splug.
Well, with Featherfall, I can choose up to 5 falling creatures within range, and slow its descent to 60 feet per round until the spell ends.
Mechanically speaking, you're throwing them as an action, and then you would have to. Well, actually,
Featherfall is a reaction. He actually could technically do that.
It's an idea. However, I don't feel like we want to burn one of your spells when we could just throw a couple of zombies on top. And
It would be quite wasteful.
Especially since we'd only be able to get one person over.
Well, here's a question. I still have that whole room of. Could we get a barrel or a box or something and put it on top?
Barrels.
Yeah, you can try that if you want.
Yeah, it's an idea. A crate or something could work potentially.
I mean, there's even beds right here that look like they'd perfectly fit across.
Mm-hmm.
We could carry beds and just slide it across it and walk across the bed.
And we don't need very many. It looks like so far we only need 4.
I mean, we wouldn't even need, I believe, 4. Like this one down here, we can just walk around, so.
Yeah.
That's true, yeah.
We might just need, like.
We might only just need 1.
Probably 2 for this one and this one. It does look like there's a doorway right.
Oh, yep, I see. You're right.
Over here
So I say definitely try out like the box or the beds look like they're.
I would go with the beds, yeah.
We could take both and move beds over there when we want to go through that one. I just cut off the retreat, but at that point we're exposed.
I mean, the only thing that can probably make it across these is the zombies anyways, so even if more goblins try to come at us, they probably have to find a way around them as well.
Just an alarm.
I'm pretty sure it deals damage too, Ben said.
Yep, you discerned that it would deal some kind of damage to you should you trigger it.
Yeah, I thought that we fully determined that it's actually very painful to touch one too. And the only reason the zombies didn't trigger it is because they're.
That's fair.
There's also the tables in the torture room that are pretty.
That's a long walk. That's a lot of it. Especially if you have to walk past the door that we are already aware is up.
Yeah, but if they haven't figured out that something is.
No, they.
I know they will eventually, but. Or we could go through that door first.
Kind of killing goblins.
I mean, I'm fine with that. Upwards seems like there could be something good hiding back there, but at the same time, we might end up getting like cornered.
It's either nothing or.
Personally, I vote we go further in and ignore the runes for now.
Well, I could.
First, there's more zombies.
I'm gonna suggest possibly scouting past the ruins because I could turn into a spider and just climb on the wall.
I mean, it's not a bad plan.
Actually, that's great.
You want to do that?
Let me.
Do some scouting first.
Spider.
Yeah.
Spiders are also surprisingly fast too.
Yeah, they got like 60.
Oh,
Yeah,
it's only 20, but that's really high for a tiny beast.
Yeah.
Alright, so that's your plan. Turn into a spider and then start scouting out?
Maybe. I don't know what everyone else wants.
Well, it would at least
I really like the idea of you turning into a spider and scout.
Yeah.
It would
Yeah, I
at
do
least
too.
stop us from arguing about what to do. If it's nothing, then we can move on to something interesting.
Yeah,
Decide whether we really want to do it.
I like spider. I like Spider Jam.
Alrighty.
I like that plan.
Is that what you want to do then, Dev?
It sounds like it.
Alrighty. You shrink down, smaller and smaller. Bristly hair begins to erupt from your skin, and rows of eyes begin to bulge around your face. You turn into a little black tarantula-like spider and skitter away. You go up and around the walls. You come to about the third rune up here. Do you want to go... because there is an opening northward of here, or do you want to keep going around the other way?
Let's go northward. Otherwise, I gotta climb down and climb the other way, and then let's look. Let's take a quick peek.
You go up and around it and descend through the hallway, and you come to another crossing, but you see no runes. You take the left and enter into another chamber.
Oh.
Hmm.
And you look south, and you see one final rune in the corner.
Okay.
What about up here?
Yes, he's getting to that.
And indeed, you see a staircase leading downwards.
Okay.
You hear some faint murmuring coming from down the stairs as well.
If I have to get closer here, I'm very perceptive as a spider.
Well, if you'd like to make a perception check, then you may certainly do so.
Okay. The spiders have a wisdom of 10, so I guess it would just be a flat D20.
Yep, flat D20. Do they also happen to have some kind of... Oh, they have the web sense thing, don't they?
Web sense, yeah.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that's it. Plus, that whole room is full of webs, which I highly doubt. I wish I Rick 1D20.
You don't think there's anything else special to this area at all, and you've returned your focus to the descending staircase. What would you like to do?
Blissfully unaware.
Well, I don't want to go down the staircase myself.
Especially since I think that's on a time limit.
What is mine?
Yeah, I believe you have an hour, and when that hour is up, I think you have an option to spend another one to maintain it for another hour.
Yeah. Maybe I better go back and just tell everyone what's going on.
Alrighty, is that what you'd like to do then?
Yes.
Alright. You returned
That doesn't answer any of our questions.
and exit your form of a spider. Your hair, the spidery hairs fall off your body. The eyes seep back into your skull and disappear. You return to your normal form and relay the information.
This horrifying.
Yes, I must make it horrifying.
Can't he just be a druid instead of being a spider morphing monster?
Well, that's kind of what a druid is, so... Alright.
That was a trip.
So it looks like, again, we still only need 2 to cover up the runes to get back there.
Looks like it.
So yeah, I think we should drag the beds. We've got enough people. One person on each side. Bring them there, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, if that's what you want to do, then go right ahead.
Alright. Who's got the second highest strength score?
Mine is a 10, I think.
Yeah, it's no real problem to get the mattresses and things off the beds and to bring them over to the different rooms. Which ones do you want to lay the mattresses over? All right, that
Any
top
of the,
one.
Either of the two, probably like this one and this one, or this one and this one.
I mean,
We don't really need all of them, do we?
No, we don't need all of them.
So just say the two up here at the edge, then.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
Yeah, those would work.
Yeah.
Alrighty, one moment.
oh yeah, they're not on the map layer, are they?
All right, you took the time to shove the beds across, and carefully working together, you have made yourself a large kind of bridge out of the bed. You work together to heave the next one as you kind of pass it down along the along your little line or your row of yourselves, careful not to touch the room, and place it on the corner edge of the upper rune over here. And you have successfully made your way into the corner chamber here. What would you like to do now?
Well, since we're up here, I guess check out what's downstairs.
Sounds like
Can I do a perception check before entering that room? Just to see if there's anything else around there?
Yes, certainly. You may have a look around if you'd like. Roll your perception. As you're looking around, you see something in the top corner of the room. Around here, I believe. Kind of an opening. What looks like, to most people, on a cursory glance, some kind of gash or imperfection in the stonework. Draws your attention, and you feel around, and you feel a little lever.
Secret passage.
Pull the lever, Kronk.
What would you like to do now?
Lever.
What's at the bottom of the stairs?
You look. Okay, so how far down the stairs are you actually going? And who is doing the going down of the stairs?
Can I use my nose to see if I smell something
Absolutely.
suspicious down there?
Roll perception and roll it with advantage because that's your nose's feature.
Okay. Perception.
Nice.
Oh, as
Your elephant trunk.
you poke your little nose around the corner and you start taking big whiffs of the air, you smell more goblinoids. But you also smell something that smells very similar to how Gerhardt smelled while he was a spider. The scent, some sort of kind of mucusy smell almost.
I kind of want to pull the lever. Anybody else up for pulling the lever?
Pull the lever, Crunk.
Fuck it, pull it.
Let's do
Okay.
If I've learned one thing in life, it's pull.
But not the wrong lever. Okay, I'm gonna pull the lever.
Alrighty. You pull the lever, and a doorway opens up. And inside, you see a chamber. But it looks to be some kind of closet.
Perhaps.
And it extends there.
Oh, behind us.
Yeah, you did say it was in the corner. Now, I guess roll another perception? Or investigation? I don't know. Whatever you want.
Either one, if you'd like.
I got perception if you want me to help.
Yeah, that wouldn't hurt.
Take a look.
Oh, that door there is just to mark that that's the secret entrance.
Yeah.
Well,
Alright. You peer inside. How far in are you going?
I will go this far.
What could possibly go wrong?
You go inside and you glance around, and you notice something. And Andros, you're actually starting to notice something now that they've opened the door as well. Mitha, you notice that the wall over here seems to be off somehow. It doesn't quite look like a normal wall.
Which wall? I didn't see a little...
Over that way, that wall. And Andros, you smell a strong stench of rotten flesh coming from the direction of the door that Mitha has just opened.
Oh, it smells like more undead.
So we got goblins to the north, undead to the east, and runes to the...
And the skeletons in the south as well.
Just another day in the life of Ravnica people.
What would you like to do now?
Plunged headfirst through the wall. Sounds like a plan. Oh, but man, you're up.
Well, I know that whatever we decide is going to make noise, which is going to attract the attention of the other group.
This is a fact.
Not if we hit the wall quietly.
The lever that opened the wall. Is there a switch on the other side that we can pull to close the wall? To like.
Good question.
You've looked around and you see, yes, there is. You can hide the door back to where it was. And Splug comes up and he kind of looks surprised. Oh, I haven't seen this before.
An option is everybody to get on the other side and close the door. That might
Yeah, but does it
help.
open from that side?
I mean, someone would have to stay behind.
As you're, I mean, now that you've gotten into the other side, you can tell it's kind of like one of those one-way doors. It looks like it opens up from the inside just fine. It's the outside that is most cleverly hidden.
Oh, so we could all go to the other side of the door, close it, and not have a problem reopen.
Yeah, you wouldn't have a huge problem. It's mostly that it's just a well-hidden lever to open it from the outside.
So I'm in. Anybody else want to?
Sure.
Yeah, let's do it.
Gideon, I did not suggest you go in the front lot to pick the middle, so Plug has to be next to me. Because you are very squishy.
Yeah, that's especially now
Yeah.
with my whole huge amount of neck.
Yeah.
I love closets. You think there's anything in here?
I don't know. That's what we're going to hit this wall when Mitha closes the door for.
Alright, Mitha closes the door.
I pull out my hammer and I whack the.
It phases right through the wall, as if nothing is there.
It's not even a fake wall. I hate magic. That means you understand Gideon. And Gerhard.
Also, Mitha can cast spells, and so can Gear. Everyone but you.
My spells are holy and therefore better.
Oh wait, you can cast spells. Everyone can.
My spells are from nature. I don't see what the problem is.
Plug is the only one I like.
You hippie.
I hate myself. Yeah, he is a hippie. Kind of the whole thing.
So does someone want to? Who has the highest stealth?
I'm going to walk forward through the wall.
Oh.
Alright, the Gusto. You step through the wall, and the room
Crouches.
illuminates before you, and you see this. You move through the wall as if it were not present. You find yourself in a large chamber. 4 rotting corpses stand in the area, their dead eyes fixed upon you.
Cool. Can I see the corpses, or am I going to stay in darkness? Nice.
Oh, that looks like
Is
a
that a
workshop.
part? Yeah, it does look like a workshop. A hidden torture chamber. I don't like the implications of this.
Roll initiative as the wall fades away.
Alright, well, that's great.
Oh, there's so many of them.
Yeah, there's 4. There's 6 of us, though.
Oh, they're not rotten ones either.
That is the only reason I'm worried.
Oh,
Nice.
And I am out of luck for the night, guys.
Yeah. At least you got some.
Gerhard,
Last session.
what would you like to do?
Well, let's start off with a frostbite on the zombie number 4.
Alrighty.
Nice.
Alright. A wave of your hand and a coat of frost covers the zombie. You see it shiver and turn from rotten green to kind of a blue color.
Ew.
There's the rest of your luck for the night.
Yeah.
Mitha, what would you like to do?
Yep.
Well, we are going to We're gonna use the longbow on. Let's do this. The guy in this far corner back here.
Alrighty, roll it.
No, don't even have to worry about the extra +2 AC.
Alrighty. You said the guy in the back there, number 2?
Yeah.
Yeah. Your arrow meets its mark and pierces its flesh.
And then as a bonus action, I will put Hail of Thorns on my next hit. So.
Awesome. Alright. Splug gives Gideon the help action and leaps up to this zombie, and he is basically like throttling it. You just hear him, yeah! Just this weird growl of sorts. Andros.
What noise did he make again?
He went, I can't make it again, I'm sorry. Andros, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna do Firebolt on this one right here, number 3.
Alright, roll it. And let's see, you have the -3 for being the, for having been revived, correct?
Correct.
Alright.
No. That's not implemented into his roll. So
Yeah,
12.
that does miss as the zombie teeters around as you're trying to shoot over your friends and stuff, and it's just not working out. That it?
Yep.
Gideon, what will you do?
Who am I getting helped on? This guy up here?
Yep, the first zombie up at the top.
Alright, I'll pop up there then.
You
Why
scoot
not?
across the wall, conjure your blade in your hand, and prepare to strike. Roll it.
That is with my -3. I don't know if that would hit. Probably not.
That actually does. Their AC is only 11.
That then shouldn't Panda have hit?
He had cover from allies being in the way.
That's fair, right.
Alright. You skewer the zombie through a bit. It kind of shudders as your blade is like in its chest, and it kind of looks down like, you know, just this dull question.
And I'm done. That's
Augusto.
Drop hammer, draw great sword. Smack zombie number 1.
Alrighty.
4.
You swing at the fourth zombie. Oh, you hit.
Ooh, actually, I rolled a 1 on one of those damage die. So I'm going to use
so
my
you
first
did.
weapon to find it and re-roll it. I'm like, pay attention to that. Because it's, but, okay, so I don't get to do it again, so still 8 damage. That's you're right, there's, no? Why did they roll a d4? Or why does it look like a d4? Because I rolled a d6.
It's a D6 on my screen.
Yeah, it's a D6 on my screen too.
I am brain dead. Okay, it's completely fine. Okay, go.
Alright.
That was my turn. 8 damage.
The zombies turn towards the creatures nearest to them and attack. Unfortunately for you, Augusto, that's largely you. We'll go with the disadvantaged zombie first.
That is entirely the point of my character. It's my job to be the one they hit. It misses.
Next is number 3.
You should miss too, buddy. Hey, you go. Good job.
The second one stands forward, and then the one next to Gideon attacks after that.
That's a good one on you. And misses up both of us. Nice.
Gerhardt, what would you like to do?
Let's see.
Yeah.
Let's keep going with the frostbites on number 4.
Alrighty.
1 damage.
He
Probably
fails.
2 of them.
I don't know why it rolls 2.
I don't know, and it's bugging me because I see the higher number and I think, yeah, good, and it's not.
Must be the auto roll damage and crit.
Maybe.
All right. Anything else?
No, I'm good, thank you.
Splug cries out, "I'm being helpful! Yay!" And he just rides the zombie some more. He's like on the back of its neck, trying to like choke it out.
Well, hopefully I don't hit him.
And he is, he's helping you again, Gideon. Mitha, what would you like to do?
Alright, I'm gonna use my Hail of Thorns.
Alrighty.
I am going
Does that
for...
hit everybody?
Huh?
Does that hit everybody?
I think it's just enemies, but let me look. Let me make sure.
Check the wording on that, because you have like 3 people in that cone of yours. Or
Well,
at least
it's-
just me if it's one explosion, and I'd rather not get hit by it.
It's not a cone. It is each creature within 5 feet.
That includes me. Or if you're going at the one next to Gideon. Not the best close combat skill. I would kind of not like to take damage from my own teammate, please.
Can you pick where it goes? Like, is it
It's
centered on something?
It's centered on the creature that is hit, and everybody within
Oh.
5 feet of it. If it weren't for the fact that we were we didn't have health potions to fall back on, I would say go ahead, because you could go for the one in my corner and then hit 2 of them too.
Yeah,
But I ain't got healing for that, lady.
that might be a little dangerous. I've only got 1 healing slot left too, or 1 spell slot left.
I got 2 points of lay on hands, and that ain't gonna help me none.
Yeah, I have Cure Wounds, but I'll just go with the light crossbow instead.
Alrighty.
Appreciated.
Who are you taking a shot
It's
at?
a good idea. It's just maybe wait till level 3.
I'll go for number 2 again.
Alrighty, roll it. With the cover from your allies, unfortunately, that is a miss. It seems to dodge out of the way as it sails over Splug. And he says, "Ooh, sorry, I'll try to stay out of the way." Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Andros, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna try to hit this one again.
Alrighty,
Firebolt.
roll it.
Nope.
No, unfortunately, that is a miss as well. You conjure the fire in your hand and launch it forward, but it veers off into the corner there. Gideon, what will you do?
I'll just keep attacking this zombie with my advantage.
Roll it.
19.
You hit.
Why do you have a long... Oh, right. I saw the G and thought Gerhardt. That doesn't make any sense.
You cleave off another hunk of flesh. Augusto, your move.
Getting the one in front.
Alrighty.
Swing, and hopefully not and a miss. Dang it.
Alright, the zombie lurches forward, and you clang against a part of it that is frozen solid, and deal no real damage, unfortunately. Alright, and now it's the zombies. Alrighty. Gideon, the one above you comes for you, and then the other 3 will jump on Augusto. Oof.
That is a hit.
You are knocked over. There's really nowhere else for you to go, so you'll just you bang against the wall, and you feel the rack of weapons beside you, and you see like a bunch of different martial weapons. But otherwise, Augusto.
Are these zombies wearing anything?
They are wearing basic like armor scraps.
No identifying marks?
They do appear to have Azorius symbols on them.
Every time. Oh, both of those hit. Mother of...
You take 13 damage and are knocked back beside Gerhardt. And Mitha, actually.
Yeah, there goes my plan to try and weather the storm a bit and move out of the way for the ranged characters, but now I'm at 4 HP and that ain't happening.
Gerhardt, what would you like to do?
Let's see here. I'm tempted to burn another my last spell slot on a thunder wave.
Nobody's in the way now.
That's true. Alright, I will step up here and we'll aim thunder wave centered on this square. So it should hit all 3 of these zombies.
Alrighty. You unleash a blast of sound. We'll go from top zombie to bottom zombie. Oh, they don't have disadvantage. So that first one has a 13.
Yeah, he saves. They're all gonna save.
No, one of them, at least one of them, the bottom one, fails.
Okay. That's something. He takes 6, the other 2 take 3, I believe.
And the important one, the one next to you, takes the 6 and is knocked back 10 feet.
Alright.
Anything else?
Is the door still open or did it shut behind us?
You shut it behind you, but it's easy to open from this side. You can see a handle on it.
Alright, I want to step back and open the door and kind of push it out of the way so I can get out of the way of everybody so we can take a shot.
Alright. Splug continues to offer the help action for Gideon. Mitha, what would you like to do?
I am going to move forward a little bit. And now use Hail of Thorns.
Yeah, there you go. Alright, roll it. Oh, you definitely hit. I presume you're aiming... Or which zombie are you aiming for?
4. Aiming for number 4.
Alrighty.
Hail of Thorns is 2, and then with the archery benefit, it's also +2.
Alright.
Archery fighting style.
Yep, +2 to the attack rolls of ranged weapon attacks.
Oh, actually, that might already be calculated in. I see a +2 modification, so never mind.
Yep.
That's calculated in already.
Alright, so you dealt 12 damage to the 4th zombie, correct?
Yes.
And the 2 beside him have to make a dexterity save, right?
Yep.
Alright, you knocked your arrow back, let it fly, and as it's about to hit the zombie in the middle, it splinters into a number of other arrows. Alright, what's the DC for your spellcasting?
Right now, it's only 10.
Okay, so the bottom one passed. Do they take half damage on a success?
Yes.
Alright, so the number 2 takes 2 damage. And number 3, the 3rd zombie, takes 1 point.
And then I'll move back again. And I'm done.
Andros, what would you like to do?
I'm going to move right here, and I'm gonna hit this zombie with my light crossbow.
Alrighty, roll it. That is a miss.
Yep. Okay. And I'll move back right here,
Alrighty.
and that's it for me then.
Gideon, what do you want to do?
Splug just helped again, right?
Yep, Splug is on helper duty. He is happily throttling this zombie as best as he can, try and distract it. You have advantage on your attack roll.
feel like knowing my luck, I'm gonna go down if I try and move. And next turn, so, I should just go for it, right?
You actually do manage to hit. Your sword glowing with your eldritch power, you and Splug creating an opening. You thrust the blade into the zombie's chest, and you can feel a pound, and it's like stabbing, almost like stabbing like a melon or something. It's real gooey, and it leaks, and it kind of sizzles on your sword, and it's just like, ugh. All right, that it?
I would imagine so.
Alrighty, Augusto, you're up.
Okay. Well, Augusto realizes that he doesn't have any healing spells prepared. Not that would help him too much, but he's still going to step over here because he's just a gosh darned idiot. And he's going to try and hit the one that Gideon has been chopping down.
Alrighty, roll it.
18.
With a great arc of your sword, you slash into the zombie.
I can reroll one of those damage dice because it's on a 1 or a 2.
Yep.
So
that is correct.
6. 4. So it's 11 damage total.
11 damage. You see the zombie starting to falter. It is almost down. Alright, Augusto, since you attacked it last, the zombie up top that has been attacking Gideon will raise its arms and try to smash you with its slam.
Here's hoping that my luck ain't garbage. Hey, good.
As does the next one.
Of course. Hey, good.
The bottom, number 3 and 4, however, lurch forward and try to swing at Splug. Splug takes a hit as one of them smacks him in the back of the face.
No, Splug.
Unfortunately, Splug dodges. Gerhardt, it's your move. The zombies are rushing around your allies. Splug does not seem to be scared, but he is sporting like a black eye and kind of a bloody nose right now.
Oh no. Thanks, Bug. Alright, I'm gonna move back into the room. And we'll use Frostbite on... yeah, number 3.
Alrighty.
Find it. Here. Where's Bite of Frost?
He fails. 5 points of cold damage as you reach your hand forward. And as if you're waving it onto him, an arctic chill seeps into its skin.
I like to think I'm wiggling my fingers like I'm mimicking snow falling down.
Yeah, there you go. Splug, he gives Gideon the help action once more. Mitha, what would you like to do?
Let's go for number 3 right here.
Alrighty. You knock an arrow into your bow and fire. Unfortunately, that misses. It goes long,
Okay.
and the zombies seem to dodge out of the way. And it clangs into the stand, holding a suit of armor behind you. Andros, what would you like to do?
What is the floor made out of?
The floor is made out of worked stone tiles.
So it's nothing I can manipulate with my mold earth.
Yeah, it's pretty solid rock.
Okay. Guess I'll hit this one with an arrow. The number 3.
Alrighty. So making a ranged attack in melee is done at disadvantage.
Oh. Shoot. Well, can I just hit it with my dagger then?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay.
You leap forward and stab into it with your dagger.
Okay.
Never thought I'd seen an elephant holding a dagger.
Yep.
That
You just
shit must be
lunge
wild.
forward. You
Adorable.
give it a good gash across the belly, and it leaks out more black liquid of rotten just ichor. And it does
I'll
not
be
smell
afraid of the
good.
zoo forever.
Gideon, what will you do?
I'm just gonna try and take this last one out.
Alrighty.
Well,
roll
not
it.
last one, but my last hit on him, hopefully. Well, that sucks.
Unfortunately, you do indeed miss.
That is an awful roll.
Augusto, what are you going to do?
Alright. He missed.
Yep.
Nobody else is in a good position to hit that one. Alright. Unfortunate. Alright, I'll swing in his stead.
At which one? The one that Gideon missed?
One that Gideon missed. Sends all reroll that damage die, even though it's
Hey.
Yeah, look at that. That's 12 damage. It was alright, he was dead, but
You cleave it in two. It falls over, dead.
good.
Alright. The second and fourth zombies turn towards you, Augusto, and prepare to strike.
That first one hits, and I'm down.
Oh, as you fall, the next one turns instead to Splug. Missing, and now the last one who has been half frozen. And that is just enough to hit him. He sports another, like both of his eyes are now black eyes now, and they're starting to swell up quite a bit. And he makes this oof kind of noise as he is struck again. And he says, I've been in a torture chamber. You'll have to do better than that. Gerhardt, what will you do?
Let's. I'm glad that frostbite kept him from getting a crit. Or from getting a crit on that would have killed him. For sure.
Oh, yes.
Let's frostbite number 3 again.
He fails, taking 3 more damage and maintaining the disadvantage, as he is slowly freezing to death again.
Good, he deserves it. Wish there was something else I could do, but I can't.
Splug,
Unfortunately.
Splug's gonna try and make a medicine check to aid, or to stabilize Augusto.
Is he trained in medicine?
Doesn't have to be.
No, but he's gonna try.
That's like the one skill you do have to be, though.
Nah.
Whatever.
Yeah, he tears off some of his clothes, forms some bandages around your wounds, and he gives you a little mouth-to-mouth resuscitation, and you are stabilized.
Ooh.
So Augusto wakes up to a half-naked goblin kissing him.
Yes, he does.
With breath that smells like ale.
Yep.
I'm not conscious, I'm just stable, so I
Right.
don't wake up to it, or he would be a very dead goblin.
I wish cameras existed.
Mitha, it's your turn.
Alright, let's try again. Number 3.
You pop another arrow at the third one. This time, it meets its mark, and you stab it in the lower abdomen. and it feels its little arm around it and pulls it out and looks at it with this confused, like just these confused expressions. It is severely wounded. Anything else?
No, I'm good with that.
Andros, your turn.
I'm gonna hit it with my dagger again.
All right, roll.
Okay. Oh,
Ouch.
Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Yep.
Gideon, you're alive, but you don't have any special advantage. What do you want to do?
How is the zombie below Augusto doing?
It looks to be fairly wounded. It's not as wounded as the second zombie, but it's not.
Right.
It is definitely not nearly as bad off as the third one. The third one is
I
not
guess
standing up tall
I'll
at
come
all.
down here and slice at him.
Alrighty, you move around, hop over Slug, past the corner, and leap at the zombie. And you hit. With one good swing, you finish cutting it apart exactly where it had taken a wound from Mitha previously.
Mitha.
Yep.
And I'll head back so that people can get through.
Alrighty. As you do so, you take a swing from the fourth zombie.
What?
Yeah, you moved out of it. You moved into his reach, and then moved out. Though either way, he missed you. Augusto, you are stable.
I'm stable. I can't do anything to get conscious, so.
All right, the second zombie will turn towards Gideon and lumber towards him. Ooh, he does not have disadvantage, so a 22 hits you for 5 points. And Splug takes the next hit. And he does indeed take that. You're both pushed against the wall. Are you still alive, Gideon? Or are you out?
From 5 damage, I am out.
Alright. Gerhardt, you're up.
oh, gee. Let's see, what can I do? Alright, let's frostbite number 2.
Alright.
Can't even see him.
Yeah, you will have to step forward a little bit. Yep. Alrighty. And it makes it. It resists the cold.
Well, it's bound to happen eventually.
Splug will attempt to stabilize Gideon as well, as he rips off more clothes and prepares mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
No, that's all right. He doesn't need to do that.
Just let me die a second time, please.
Oh, you are still getting worse. He's struggling to find enough clothes to tear off without being completely
I
naked.
mean, he is pretty small. He must have used a lot of air on Augusto.
Yep. Mitha, your move. What will you do?
All right, let's go for number 4.
Alrighty. Oh, you pop your arrow at it. Oh, it flies right into its neck. It's like coughing in this weird kind of way and leaking more blood and ichor, but it still stands.
It's still standing?
Mm-hmm. It is still standing. Just barely, though.
Something out of a bad nightmare.
Anything else?
No, that's it.
Andros, what do you want to do?
I am going to move here, and I'm going to shoot my fireball at number 4.
Your flames leap into your hand, and you throw them off, and they fizzle harmlessly. Gideon, make your first death save.
And then I
More
move
like
back.
roll my first nat 20 and come back to life, right?
Well, one can only hope.
Nope.
Well, you're not worse. Augusto's alright. The zombies lunge for Splug.
No, Naked Splug, no.
Please, no one else go unconscious. He does not have more clothes to spare. I'm begging you.
Ooh. The fourth zombie does manage to land a blow just as Splug wheels out of the way of the second one. And it knocks him out.
Oh,
He is at
Slow
0
down,
hit
slow
points.
down. And only the squishies remained.
Gerhardt, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
well, I think it's gonna have to come down to a little druid trick. Well, I'm gonna turn into a wolf.
Alrighty.
I do believe so. If there was room to become an axe beak, I would do that, no problem.
What's your first Firstauna's name?
You know what? That's none of your business, okay?
Okay.
Alright, you become a wolf. Hair erupts from your body and almost like a wave, and your nose begins to extend outward, and your teeth sharpen and turn to fangs. You are now a wolf.
Cool. That makes my health become not a lot, but it's fine. In the meantime, I will move to here. But you know what? Yeah, I'll move to here, and I'll end my turn.
Alrighty. Splug gets to make a death saving throw.
Alright, Plug, I'm on top of you.
Alright, he's one better. Mitha, what will you do?
Alright, let's go for zombie number 4. See if I can take him out.
Alright. With one more arrow landing in its neck, you successfully decapitate it. The force from that second blow is just enough to tear the flesh apart. It splatters vitriol and other disgusting things and collapses dead.
Nice.
Alrighty. That it?
Yes, sir.
Andros, what would you like to do? There is one zombie left and 2 of your allies are down.
Is this a table?
Yes, that is a table.
All right, so I can stand on it.
Yeah, you can go stand on that table.
All right, I'm gonna go here, and I'm gonna hit this one with a firebolt.
Alrighty.
How much do you weigh?
It's not important.
The table does indeed hold your massive, massive weight. And you do manage to hit, but it's only for a single point of fire damage.
That's so sad.
It is. It's very disappointing.
It's something.
That's
Gideon.
true. It is something.
Roll your death save, Gideon.
This is the nat 20, guys.
Nope.
Nope. That's one
Not
failure. The zombie turns to Gerhardt and lunges for him.
Sure.
Oh, I believe that's a miss, isn't it?
Just barely, but yes.
Oh, good. And now it's your move.
Alright, I'm gonna move past the gusto over to here. So you can give Mitha a nice shot. Mitha? I can't remember how to pronounce it. And I'm going to bite him.
Roll it.
Let's see, that's a 1d20 plus 4.
Just don't trip him.
For a minute, I forgot that you changed into something else.
Yeah, I actually did too, and I was like really confused.
Gerhardt gets balls.
Unfortunately, you have missed.
Oh,
And now Splug. Splug's next roll.
Yeah, you weren't alone there, Jess. I legit thought that he was just running up in like normal. human
Oh,
speed.
that's one worse.
One success, one fail.
Mitha, what do you want to do?
Okay. I am.
you can go right
I'm a-
ahead and shoot him. Everyone's knocked down, so you won't have any disadvantage.
Yeah, everyone's gone. You have a
Or
clear
you could
shot.
stand next to me. You
Well,
stand next
or
to me,
I
I'd have
could-
advantage.
Or I could cast Cure Wounds and bring someone else to life.
That's true.
So I think I'm gonna do that.
All right,
I got though.
Augusto, already.
Think, 4 HP, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Fucking
Andros.
gold minimum, I love it.
Your turn.
I'll take
Am I able to try and stabilize Gideon?
You can if you want.
All right, I'll move over.
As long
here.
as you promise you're not getting naked to do it, because I just can't
No.
do that.
I promise nothing, he says as he throws off his robes.
Especially Andros of all people, since he's like an elephant. I don't want to know what I'm gonna see.
I mean, you know the man's hung.
And that's
You know-
exactly what I meant. You didn't have to be specific.
I mean, I'm just saying, you know what they say about the size of a man's trunk.
All right.
No,
So-
please enlighten me.
Roll a. All right. If you're trained in medicine, then roll medicine. If not, then just roll wisdom.
Yes, I am trained in medicine.
Hot dog. Roll medicine. All right, Gideon, you are stable. Augusto.
15 up. Now, my question is whether I want to nuke this one. No. We'll probably want to nuke something else later on the line. So, just one big ol' anger Punisher swing
You hit.
for 15. Nice. And I don't need to reroll any damage. 12 damage.
Try not to get knocked out this time.
The zombie turns towards Gerhardt and prepares to strike him.
Alright. See what you can do.
Missing. Gerhardt, your move.
Just gonna take this lazy swing. I'm
His
gonna fight
swing.
at him again.
Yeah.
And I have advantage due to pack tactics.
Yep.
Thank you, Augusto.
You are, well, thank Misa for that.
You hit.
So close.
Double check. I do believe that is 2d4 plus 2 piercing damage.
And he needs to make a strength saving throw, correct?
Mm-hmm. DC 11.
He fails. He is prone.
That'll be handy when I'm back up.
Misa
Well,
can
he's
run in real quick and stab it or something too.
Oh yeah, Misa could, yeah.
What's up to her?
And now it is Splug's turn.
Please survive. Yes.
Alright, that's a second pass. Mitha, your friends are kind of in the way, and the zombie is on the ground anyway. What do you want to do?
I like the going up next to it and stabbing it approach.
I like that approach too. Okay, so you do have advantage, so you can roll again to see if you, just in case you get a crit. Okay, no crit, but you deal 7 damage.
Good shot.
And with that final blow, you do a quick double tap and stab its head. You cut it right open and just twist your blade in, just to make sure. And yes, it is dead.
Woot woot.
Alrighty.
I need to roll, what is it, 1d4 to see how many hours I'm unconscious?
Yep, that is correct. And let's give Splug his saving throw real quick.
I could, yeah.
Oh, that's two worse. All right, is anyone going to attend to him?
Yeah, let me shapeshift out of wolf form and try
I have
it.
no
I'm
more
not,
spell slots left.
I'm not trained, but I have a decent wisdom.
What's in this room?
It is filled with armor and weapons, and one particularly nice-looking suit of armor right there.
Splug.
Yeah, I was wondering about that.
Oh no.
What you absolute
Oh.
fool, friend.
So,
Can-
yeah, Andros.
Can I try?
Yeah, you can try again.
Please do.
Okay.
I have trained in herbalism kit, but I
Okay.
don't have one.
He is stabilized.
I'll walk up and poke Gideon for 1 point of healing. So he's
I'm not-
conscious.
I'm not used to healing without magic. Sorry.
It's something. I will take it.
I just need you conscious.
I just need 4 EXP is all.
Well, you know,
All right.
this room.
Speaking of this room, the area beyond the false wall appears to be an armory. It contains 2 weapon racks on the north and south walls, and a stand against the east wall with a ragged suit of armor mounted on it. Mounted on the north wall above the weapon rack is a steel plaque inscribed with a helm from a suit of plate armor. And Andros, as you are tampering with stuff on the tables now that the zombies are slain, you hear a deep booming voice. A wondrous treasure, valued by all, sought by many, found in both victory and defeat, yet never at the bottom of a treasure chest. It marches before you like a herald, and lives long after you are gone. Of what do I speak?
Can I get that in writing?
Yeah, please. Actually, I didn't hear. I missed all of that.
I heard it, but I just need to be able to go through it mentally.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, actually, writing would be greatly appreciated.
There you go.
When I found both victory and defeat, my first thought is honor. Like a herald, and this long after you are gone. Honor, glory.
And while you guys discuss it, I'll shut the door since nobody knows where it is. We can kind of hide in here for a while.
That's fair. Wait, who opened the door in the first place? I don't actually.
I did so I can give everyone room to shoot through.
Did they make use of it?
Somewhat, yeah.
I
Okay.
would actually agree with you, Jeff, after you say it. That definitely makes sense to me.
Honor or glory?
I know, just, I mean,
Honor sounds.
honor sounds right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd go with honor. That sounds pretty good.
Yeah, you don't get much glory in defeat.
Yeah, but you do get honor, especially when it comes to sacrificing and stuff like that.
Honor, experience.
Although it marches before you like a herald. I don't.
As long after you're
I'm
gone.
still thinking it's honor,
Legacy?
in all honesty. Just after hearing Jeff say it, it sounds completely right.
I mean,
All right.
Okay.
that it marches before you like a herald is where I swapped mentally from honor to glory.
Mm-hmm.
I like legacy too. That was pretty good.
But honor can live long after you're gone too.
You can.
Yeah.
But that's when it becomes legacy. But everything before that speaks of more of honor. So Augusta will say aloud honor.
The room kind of rumbles for a moment, and the ragged suit of armor, all of the ragged bits fall away, revealing a black set of scale. It seems to have red trim and some fiery imagery on the tips and the edges, like little embers flickering, things like that. and it gleams gleams before you.
Ooh,
So who here can even wear medium armor?
I can.
I also can.
Those
I
two.
can, but I'm not wearing scale mail.
I'm currently wearing scale mail.
I
Like, I can't wear it because I'm a druid.
Oh,
Yeah,
got it.
yeah.
believe.
So that would be the three of us. But I'm wearing heavy armor because I don't have a dex bonus. And I would drop my AC by 2 if I put it on. Even a +1 set of armor, that's still less AC.
It would be an increase for me substantially.
You get it then.
I'm pretty sure you just get leather as a warlock.
I
Well,
do, yes. This would be increasing my AC by
a lot.
a full 3, I want to say.
Oh yeah, definitely take it then.
Well, my next question is, before anybody even touches the damn thing, because this sounds pretty dang evil.
Or too good to be true.
Yeah, that too. Let's
Anybody
ask
want
the
to?
armor if it's evil or not.
Anybody got detect magic? This is Azorius, so I want to trust it, but this looks pretty darn sinister for Azorius.
I do not have detect magic.
No, I have insight.
I was going
Unless
to,
there's an animal that I can ask. Sorry.
I was going to check my paladin features.
Yeah, I have insight as well.
You know the question is something desecrated. Well, it's a long shot. Well, no, it couldn't be consecrated ground because they're undead here.
Yeah, I have no idea.
Because
I feel like if it was stuck behind a riddle that had something to do with honor, it's not going to be cursed.
that's also my thinking. It's one, it's in an Azorius temple. Two, the undead here were Azorius, but I mean they were undead.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the undead were just so happen to be undead, and I feel like if it involved honor, I feel like they wouldn't do us inhonorably. I mean, I'm willing to just, take the dare and put it on. I mean, I'm anything but dead asses anyway.
I got $50 on that. Let's see it.
So are we saying YOLO and I should slide the armor on, right?
Go
Sounds
for
like
it.
it.
Take your 5 minutes,
I
put it on.
YOLO the hell out of that then.
Alrighty, you don the armor, and after about an hour of getting used to it and getting acclimated to it, you feel attuned to it, so to speak. You feel like you could walk through fire unharmed.
It feels like I'm wearing nothing at all.
You also feel like you could trudge through some kind of necrotic energy. Okay, basically you have resistance to fire and necrotic now.
Does that give me immunity to necrotic?
I think that gives you immunity to fire.
No, you have. Well, you feel like you feel like you could run through fire. You're not immune. You have resistance to both fire and necrotic damage while you wear the
I
armor.
already had resistance to necrotic. I just wanted them to stack.
Yeah, no, they do not stack.
That's what they did.
Womp, womp, womp.
Oh well. There's that. Good for you. I feel a little bad for losing it, but it's definitely good. You get some more. You're taking a lot of hits. As for everything else in the room, and during that, I'm definitely going to be taking a short rest and using my last hit die.
Yeah, what other kinds of weapons are here? Because
They're very old and worn looking. Basically anything. Anything that's mundane, like great swords, bows and arrows, long swords.
But they work.
They look like they'd work pretty well, but they time has not been super kind to them.
Does anybody have the cantrip mending? I believe mending can be used to fix old weapons, right?
Don't have it.
It does, and I have it on my sorcerer, but not in this
Well, you're
game.
not your sorcerer, Jess.
No, I don't have mending either.
All right. Well, we can take some stuff with us if they can be used later on.
But it is something to come back to,
Yeah.
unless the Azorius want to keep them when I tell them the temple has been reclaimed. Or whatever this is. The outpost,
Right.
stronghold. Because
Alrighty.
it's Azorius property as far as I'm concerned.
You feel very
Has anyone
secure.
heard Splug?
Yeah, Splug comes back to consciousness about 3 hours. So about
I mean, I think I have my I mean, Splug's been pretty useful. Should I heal him?
I wouldn't say no.
As long as it's not my healing being used, sure.
Maybe heal him and give him some clothes.
I give him 1 HP. Actually, that's not a fully bad plan. Has Splug been wearing any armor this whole time?
he's been wearing like some leathers and stuff.
Alright. And like, how close to naked is Splug at this point?
He basically left himself what amounts to a loincloth on for his lower region, and his shirt is, there's a lot of midriff showing on his shirt now, but he looks like he's all right enough to dodge out of the way of some hits.
Stupid sexy goblin.
Oh my gosh, I hope someone drops later.
Oh, I hope we get some fans that like to draw this. This would be fantastic.
Alright. Well, I've taken a short rest on the hour he is attuning to his armor. I don't know if anybody else had any hit die left over they wanted to use.
I did not have a hit die left.
I am aware. You're fine.
I guess I could use one to top myself off.
You know, if Ben wants to give us the EXP now, you know.
Oh, for these zombies. Well, you know, that's not an entirely unreasonable thing to request.
Because I'm 4 EXP away.
You can get 1.5, or no, 1.5 per zombie. Good job.
And I just need 1 80 bit more. Because then I get my,
All right. You each gain 67 XP.
Because I can level up like that. But I definitely...
So, are you going to just, take the time to have a long rest while you're in here too?
I don't think we can yet still.
Oh, that's right. It has the time hasn't gone. Let's see. It's been you last. That's right. It hasn't quite been that long yet.
We can chill in here and just shoot shit for a couple hours before sleeping.
You want to wait it out?
You said 60 EXP, right?
67.
67? Oof.
Yep.
That's a lot of math to have to do.
Yeah.
Oh no.
363 for you, buddy.
I mean, thank you.
You're welcome.
That's appreciated.
So how long are we resting for?
Until we can take a sleep, and then we take a sleep.
Yep.
If I've technically leveled up now, Ben, do I just get my level, or do you want to do the long rest rule?
I'll say you have a sudden eureka moment.
Alright, because that means I get a hit die back, and that's a big deal.
Yeah, you have a eureka moment, and everything kind of fits together. It's like just a big epiphany, and you now have access to more hit points and all that.
And
spells.
Invocations.
Yeah, and invocations.
That's my biggest thing.
Freaking fiendish vigor. You're gonna abuse the heck out of that, aren't you?
I have to in this game. I don't have a choice.
Is there anything on the table that could be useful for us, or?
You see some. I mean, it's mostly weapon designs, like scrolls with weapon making techniques and laws on what weapons to use in what scenarios.
Actually, if we had to wait at least 3 to 4 hours for Splug to get up, that means I've got Cure Wound back again.
We're
and-
essentially taking a long rest after a short little while. Which is why I was going to ask if anybody happened to have like a playing card set or something in the background.
I actually think I bought a chess set.
Oh, then hell yeah.
Yes.
Heck yeah. We'll
I
see
don't
you.
think. Yes, I have proficiency with a dragon chess set, and I have dragon chess.
That is. Yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing for the next however many hours. You
That's a
get
lot of
profi-
chess.
That is.
All right, I'm game.
But to be fair, Dragon Chess is like 3-level chess. If you didn't know.
Oh Jesus! Let's
So-
pretend like I know how to actually play that in real life, even though Gideon does know how.
All right, you while away several hours playing chess and going back and forth, kind of getting to know each other. Splug will sit there and try to recover some with some hit dice.
Does anybody have the spell Detect Magic in this group?
I think that question was passed around when we saw the probably evil armor that wasn't, and nobody said yes. So.
All right, then that is actually the perfect time. I'm gonna take Eldritch Sight as my other invocation.
Could we move the zombies off to the side? Cause
I imagine we do, or like kick him out into the hallway or something. Well, maybe
Alright.
not that, but there were people downstairs that might come upstairs to go sleep in that room that is now completely trashed because we took all the fucking beds.
Alrighty.
But,
They probably just come out here and look for the beds, and they're like, "What the fuck?"
what happened here? Wait a minute, why are all the zombies dead? What's going on?
Something ain't right.
But they're goblins. They'd just be like, eh, and walk back.
Yeah, whatever. At least we got our beds back. Or hell, they might not even move the beds. They might just sleep in the hallway.
Alrighty. The night passes uneventfully. You do occasionally hear some footsteps walking about, some fairly heavy footsteps, heavier than goblins, milling about among the floors outside your room. But none of them seem to try to open the door or even acknowledge that it's there. And you successfully endure or enjoy a long rest while within the keep.
I don't remember how long rest healing is. Do we just go back to full?
Yeah,
we go
you're
back to full, and we recover half of our hit dice.
Yep, full and then half your max hit die.
Okay, 21 then. Good.
And your next long rest won't be available to you for 24 hours.
Indeed.
Wait, you have 21 hit points?
I do.
Twinsies.
Well, you're cheating. So
Wait, no, actually, I have 22 max hit points. Sorry.
we'll kick
No,
your butt.
that's without cheating.
Why is your con mod so high?
Cause when I rolled dice, I put my 18 I rolled in Constitution
Why would you do that?
because I wanted to actually survive up close, not knowing that Ben would murder me either way.
Fair enough.
This is
I was
Ben
like,
we're
you know
talking
what?
about.
I know a Ben game. I should have a high con so I can survive. But that didn't actually work. So, you know,
It was good in theory.
it was good in theory.
In practice, kind of a mess. But, you know, that's just the way the dice roll.
But,
Yeah, getting crit on every other turn didn't factor into your plan, didn't it?
Jesus,
It
4
did
crits in a
not.
session.
as zombies.
Zombies. Anyway, we're alive now.
Oh, yeah.
Hooray.
And your for those of you who died, your death penalty is now -2 instead of -3.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
sweet.
Ben, by the way, I'm taking Hex as my new spell.
Awesome.
Good man. Good man.
And that means you have 2 spell slots to spend now too, don't you?
Yes, it does. People are going to be getting heroism a lot more.
I am very happy to hear this.
Alrighty.
It's gonna be me.
You're rested. You've taken a bite of some of your rations, so mark off those.
Right.
And what would you like to do now?
That's probably.
Well, now we're surprisingly less close to being dead. So, I would personally say maybe
Do
check
it.
out what's down the stairs.
We're already here. We might as well.
And then I believe we're in condition to go fight those skellies next.
Depending on what's down there.
Right. We may not be in condition after that.
Indeed.
Well, at least we know of a safe spot we can retreat to.
As
Or-
as I say that, I would like to knock on the table,
Hey, good. Knock on wood.
just like real quick.
Can I roll stealth to see if we can silently open the door to peek out to make sure there's nothing in the hallway since we've been hearing noises?
Well, we can
Absolutely.
Listen first. I mean, the
Roll
footsteps are
stealth.
audible.
All right, you peek out just ever so slightly, not even making a sound, not a whisper, not even the brush of the door against the stone is heard. And-
Kerchunk, heavy echo, still footsteps.
Peek out, and the way is clear.
Cool, let's go.
Way's clear then. Alright. Nobody wanted to stock up on weaponry while we're here.
Any specifics? Like, is there maybe like a glaive in here then, or is there nothing that crazy?
Yes, there is a glaive.
All right, I'm gonna take a glaive.
Alrighty.
And attune to it. Make it your weapon.
Not just yet.
In the future. Alright.
I'm
Can't
gonna
you-
take one for now though, in case I want to use it later. But for now, I'm not gonna make it my charisma weapon
Okay.
because I've been getting hit with my other AC as is. Let's try this out as a little higher first.
Mm-hmm.
But I do have a
Alright.
lot more hit points now with false life, so there is that.
It'd be nice to have a good solid front line with me.
I mean, right now, if I roll well on false life every time, I have to re-roll it. Speaking of,
Mm-hmm.
because it's every hour.
Yep.
7's good enough. I don't need to re-roll that.
Something's decent.
Yeah, I have 29 HP, so that's not too tough. Too bad.
Oh no. And you're at what, 15 AC right now?
I am at 18 AC.
Alright, your shield, you cheater. Use a two-hander like a real man.
I mean, I actually can't do two-hander yet, though. I'm saving the glaive for later. I can't actually do a two-hander as my hexblade weapon until I take blade pact.
Oof. Alrighty. That's fair.
Alrighty. So I take it that you start to descend down the stairs, correct?
Sounds like it. I'll take a... I don't want to take a position to the rear, but my armor is so clanky. Ermitha, hold on. Scale mail gives disadvantage to stealth rolls. If you're really using it. You've been rolling them straight, you little cheetah.
Oh, are you wearing scale?
She said she was, but maybe she misread or misthought. Who knows?
That's what's on my character sheet.
Yeah, that
I
has
assume.
disadvantage on stealth checks.
It's that day.
What's your dexterity, Jess?
My dex is 18,
Why are you using medium armor then?
because that's all I have.
It's fair. I didn't expect it to answer like that. I mean, if you've got an 18 dex, wouldn't you want to just use, like, a lighter armor that uses up that dex?
Usually, yes.
I would, but it just came with scale mail, and so that's what I have.
The starting package and all that. Alright.
Mm-hmm.
So who's going first
What's
then?
What's your AC? Just for a quick question.
Mine is 16.
Okay. You're calculating that right. At
I
least.
mean, If you want, I can give you the studded leather I was wearing. It would actually give you the same exact AC with your dex bonus, and you wouldn't have a disadvantage on stealth. Because it'd be 12 plus your 4, rather than 14 plus 2.
That's true.
Yeah, that works.
Man, we could have done that right from the start, and that hurts to think of. I'm feeling real pain right now.
Alright, I'm switching it to studded.
Ooh, I feel really dumb. I never even thought of that.
It never came up. If we'd been aware she'd been using Scaleman from the start, it would have come up a lot sooner. And you would have had it a lot sooner. So it's sort of everybody's fault.
Alright, well, that's more optimal for everyone, though.
Yes, it
Oh,
is.
okay, so while you're talking about the subject of the armor, your new armor is called Black Iron Scale Armor.
I
That's
like
just-
that name a lot. That's really cool.
Yeah, just that's the name of this magic armor.
Okay, I will record that.
Is that a magic card? If I Google that, am I gonna get some cool art for it?
No, not that I know of. But if you do find some, let me know. I'd like to see that. That sounds awesome. All right, so who's going down the stairs first?
Then our stealthy ranger will.
Yeah, I'll go.
Alrighty, roll me some stealth.
I'm actually trained in stealth if that can help. I could like give her help action.
That would be helpful.
Do you like hold her on your shoulders for that?
I don't know. I mean,
I'm
if
happy-
that's not something I can do, I can just roll myself.
Oh yeah, you can go.
I got a pretty decent dex. Oh boy.
We got the same rolls tonight.
Yeah, we're good at that.
Alrighty, you both walk down the stairs just a bit, and then you start to see something. Just as you're coming over the edge of the stairs and looking down the hallway, you can tell that there are a pair of tall goblins, like very tall, like human tall,
Oh boy.
with armor and weapons staring right up the way. But they don't seem to quite have noticed you yet. What would you like to do now?
Well, since I have my spell slots back, I'm going to come back and prepare Hail of Thorns. So that way when we hit them from a distance, I can go ahead and do that first. Before anybody
Alrighty.
gets it.
Not a bad idea.
Alright, what would you like to do now?
What's anybody else doing?
Did they like come back here and tell us what's down there?
Yep.
Because that would be like a perfect time for me to just. Are we just gonna like bum rush them or what? Because
Well, we don't know what else is down there. We just saw the two standing side by side and looking in our general direction. So they're going to see us as soon as we come down the stairs.
me and Augusto are not gonna be stealthy, so
No, sir. Clank, clank, clank.
I mean my stealth's a +4, but +3, but I'm still gonna have disadvantage now. So,
My stealth is 0.
but I can cast heroism on you like right away.
This is a plus.
I like that.
I just have to not lose concentration on the spell.
This is one of the downsides of you being a frontliner.
Well, I'm gonna take Warcaster at level 4, so
That will help. It's a shame you went with Azamar instead of human.
I went with Asmar because of the crazy fun abilities at level 3, though, to vomit light over everyone.
That is fair. Right, alright. So we saw only two. Gerhardt, you wanna. Well, Mitha's holding a spell right now. She just cast, so having you run in and scout ahead is not really an option. I guess we're just running in because we
You
don't
said
have
there
another
was
option.
there's two of them, right?
Yeah, you saw a pair about 10 feet or so from the entrance. Or from the exit where you're... Or, yeah, the entrance into the room.
They're just really tall goblins. So
Yeah,
Was-
they're about human-sized.
as
5-6 feet.
individuals, we know they are hobgoblins, but you know.
You know they're hobgoblins.
Actually, you're right. I would know they're hobgoblins.
Mitha
Is there,
has
like, a door
never
or
seen a
anything
goblin
here?
like that except prior. Do what?
Was there a door at the bottom of the stairs or anything?
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you guys to decide whether or not you're actually going to go full on into the room before I move over to the other map.
If we're about to just charge down, I definitely want to cast like heroism right when we touch the
'Cause-
ground
Because
on
if
Augusto, so that I can save my turn still.
so the creatures are on the other side of the door or guarding the
What?
door.
Yeah, they're basically guarding the staircase landing.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, if
if
they're
we're
only
about to
about 10
bum rush
feet.
down, I want to like cast it right when we get to the bottom on you, Jeff.
Okay.
If we're about to just bum rush, I'm casting heroism like right when we touch the bottom for you
Okay.
to avoid using my turn on it. So if we want to like set up so we know what's going on.
Alright.
Well, then how about what if the rangers go in halfway and shoot, and then up close fighters go in and rush them while they're surprised?
Would they get like a stealth round at the bottom of the stairs where they can see Ben?
You're pretty sure the minute you move down, they're gonna see you.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think like our bum rush idea is just the best idea.
I
Not
mean,
like much else can happen.
Well,
You really
could we
want to
like?
Hail of Thorns, and I admire it, but it's not optimal at the moment.
Could
Yeah.
we?
I'd just say bum rush at this point. If they know we're about to just storm right out, like
Yeah. Because even with minor illusion, I can't really give you cover. That's a 5 foot.
yeah, could we make a minor illusion like one of the hobgoblins farted so they argue about it?
It's an
Yeah.
idea.
It is an idea to distract them. If you
It
want to
can
try
make a
that,
small
you can.
smell, right?
Yeah, you can absolutely make a small smell with prestidigitation.
Because what about minor illusion?
Oh, minor illusion? No,
Does
not for
somebody
scent.
have? Okay, wait. Does somebody have prestidigitation? Because I have minor illusion. I can make the noise.
Yeah, I have minor illusion as well.
Damn it, we can't make a fart, guys.
I do as a sorcerer, but
Damn it, Jess. Alright, I think that
Hold
our
on,
only
hold on.
option at this point is just going to be a bum rush.
If you create a sound, its volume can be ranged from a whisper or a scream. We can make the farting sound. But
Oh,
the smell
yeah,
won't
there
be
you go.
there.
But we're trying to find out about scent here, is what Bun's saying. It's not going to work.
Well,
yeah,
I
but if you
mean,
make it
We've
sound
discussed
behind
far
them,
too long about a fart at this point.
I will say that making the actual fart sound will be sufficient. Like, they know that the scent's going to be coming. You might be able to distract them with the sound. I will go ahead and say that if you
especially
want
if
to
it
try
comes
that.
from behind them and then they turn around.
Okay. Well, all right.
Well, since we both can cast minor
I mean, I
illusion,
have no argument at this point. Like, I don't even know what to say.
Oh, guys,
Okay.
this 7-foot tall elephant and this pretty boy walked up, waved their fingers, and then the guy next to me farted really, really loudly.
It was
Okay.
wild
Weird,
as
right?
fuck.
So you said from the landing they're about 10 feet away?
Yep, from the landing, they're about 10 feet away.
Okay.
So we would
'cause-
have to walk down one step before we make them fart.
Yep.
I feel like this is just not gonna work. Let's just charge them. Come on. This has been discussed for far too long at this point.
Party pooper.
Literally. Haha, get it?
The bright
It's,
side
it's a
is
fart noise. Do you
literally
get it?
just use our base movement from here and whack them, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, at that point. Well, we're probably going to have to roll initiative at the bottom of the stairs, but...
Probably.
But I don't know. I feel like our best option is just going to be to charge.
Sounds like a plan.
All right. What is your marching order then? Yeah, set
Me
up
and
how
him
you
right
want to
next
go
each
down.
other.
Yeah, he and I side by side to anyone else behind.
I'm gonna... If we're literally just about to charge, I'll cast Heroism on you right now, though.
Okay.
Because that'll give you 4 temp hit points right now.
Very good, very good.
I'm excited for being able to cast that at a 2nd level, where I can just pick 2 of you to get hit points.
That will be pretty cool.
Just 1 more level.
Are we ready?
All right. As you start to trudge down, weapons drawn and ready.
Is that another spider?
The stairs descend into a large torchlit chamber. 2 human-sized creatures stand near the entrance. Big pointed ears stick from out of their helmets, and sharp teeth glitter in their mouths. One of them yells out a challenge phrase. "Shadow seeks shadow." And he looks to you. They both look to you, their hands on their weapons, ready to draw them as you run down.
Is that an initiative thing you just said?
It sounds like a challenge, like we're expected to return a phrase.
Shadow seeks what?
The sun seeks the sun? Oh.
And the light comes for you, retards. Ah, whack.
Do you actually say that?
Sure. Why not? Now, you said we had a little bit more movement. I don't think this is the bottom of the stairs. Yeah.
Yeah, you get to about the bottom, and then when you give your little retort, they scream, "Intruders!" and prepare to attack.
I thought I knew it.
I had no idea what to say to that.
Presumably, I imagine if we'd gone after some other place, we might have found a scrap of paper with the password, or maybe Splug knew, but we spoke too quickly for Splug.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so then initiative is what you're saying, right? Oh my god,
Yep.
I actually rolled well for once. It's wild.
I can't click on my character or my token.
Two for two.
Ho ho! And you say you can't click on your token?
Yeah.
Try refreshing your page.
Okay.
Did you copy and paste his token right over, Ben?
Yeah?
Huh. Oh, roll 20.
Mm.
You and your wacky antics. Of
So,
just not working.
outside of Gerhard, who only has to rely on, I guess, and Gideon, decent plan here might be to delay some of y'all's actions until I can step forward and give you guys room to move. Because everybody's moving before these hobgoblins. So I can step out and give y'all easy access, and you don't clutter my path forward. But I mean, in the long run, it doesn't really matter.
I'm
Well,
probably.
we are on the stairs though, so we should be able to shoot over you, I think.
That
Oh,
is
that-
actually fair.
That's true. Okay.
All right. Are you all set?
Beep.
Is that fountain big? Is it giving cover to those grunts in the background?
The grunts do not have cover, I think. Let me double check.
A pool? A well?
Yeah, it's a well.
And the other way, they're like Mitha and Andros are both like 15 feet off the ground, give or take. I imagine it'd be pretty simple for them to aim over it, but I was just asking for posterity's sake.
Well, if it's a well, then you might be able to push the hobgoblins in.
Yeah, it's actually not all that tall.
Mm.
Yeah, you could shoot over it or even push him in.
Okay.
That's an idea.
All right, Gerhardt, you're up. What would you like to do?
Well, I'm behind everybody, but I could sneak up and let's see. Oops. Oh, that's blood.
Keep forgetting about Splug.
I'm just gonna step in front of Mitha, and I'm actually gonna swing my sling at this guy.
Alrighty.
You're stepping into my square, you know.
You're
Is he? Because he's not on my screen, and I did refresh.
He is on mine.
I've been told you can do that as long as you don't end your turn in someone
Yeah, I'm
else's
pretty
square.
sure he can step on your square and attack. He just can't end there.
Okay,
Yeah,
just
that's what
making-
I thought.
Just making sure.
But
Oh,
yeah.
obviously I refresh roll 20 and it crashes.
Yeah, on my screen, you're right here.
Alrighty.
I'm not
you
there on mine.
Pop
I have
this
not moved.
hobgoblin in the head with a sling.
I guess I better refresh too, just in case.
Alright, which one did you hit? Okay, I see it now. Because
You're
I'm
making me
probably just
refresh too.
Gideon, what will you do?
I am going to move in and attempt to reopen my sheet and hope roll 20 doesn't just crash on me. Alright, I was surprisingly able to. And I am just going to... I'm going to make an attack. I don't wanna-
Alrighty. Roll that attack.
Actually, you know what? I'm going to go hog wild here. I'm going to place my curse on him first. My Hexblade curse, that is. I'm sure you knew that, though, when I said curse.
Yeah.
Alright, that's the marker for the Hexblade Curse.
I like the picture. That's a good choice, Ben. And
Yeah.
I'm swinging.
Roll it. Your longsword clangs against his armor. He bats
Oh boy,
away
this
with
is gonna be bad.
with his shield. Yeah. That it? Andros, what do you want to do?
How much would you say they weigh?
They look to weigh about somewhere within the range of 200 pounds. Maybe, like with all their armor on, maybe within the range of 300.
Would I have to do a strength check to see if I push them back into the well?
Oh, yes, you would. That is a strength athletics check.
Any day now. Roll 20.
Did yours also take forever to load back in, Jeff?
Yeah, it
Yeah,
took me
one-
forever to load in originally too.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I just refreshed because yours was doing it, it took a solid 4 minutes to actually load.
Oh, great.
Ooh.
So
Yeah,
take your time on your turns, everybody.
Yeah, when
Oh,
I had
I'm
to
in. I'm in.
refresh, it took a bit. I'm going to rush this one and push him back. Number 2. Push him
Alrighty.
into the well.
Alrighty, roll your athletics check. And move in beside him.
Move up. And athletics.
He fails. You tip him over, and he goes careening into the well. And you hear a
Wait, how
splash.
deep is the well?
I think it's 30 feet. Yep, 30 feet.
Oh my god. So he takes fall damage too then, right?
Yep, he does take some fall damage. There's some water down there, but not enough to cushion the fall.
Is there enough to drown him if he sinks to the bottom with his armor?
I believe if he took fall damage, it's probably not enough to drown him, but one can hope.
Oh, that's true.
Does anybody have any spells to create water?
As a matter of fact, no.
Maybe
He is
freeze the water.
in the well, water, and he's splashing around. Alrighty. Oh, let me mark him for prone, just to remind us.
That was amazing. That was one of the best plays yet.
Awesome.
I mean, you just
All right.
eliminated the guy turn 1.
The grunts up here shout, "Intruders! Intruders!" And they start to rush back towards the cage in the back.
Oh,
Uh-oh, they're gonna release the
Uh-oh.
spider.
Oh no.
there's also what looks to be a gap here and a door here.
That too. Oh man, I didn't realize that this map was also rather big down here. I honestly at first thought it was just this room.
Yeah, so did I.
Well, we thought wrong, because I did so until I just noticed that. Oof.
Okay.
Did we remember to close our secret room behind us?
Yes, well,
I would assume.
Definitely, definitely.
I think Dev said he shut the door behind us.
Sure.
Did you, Dev?
I think so.
It's in the recording. One of us said it. It's in the recording. That's all that's important.
Yep, there he is.
Alright, well, we might want to back up to the stairs on our next turns.
Nah,
Ooh.
Oh boy.
just some grunts. We got this.
You might be right. Who knows? Maybe they're kind of weak.
I
I
have-
do like the idea of pushing a shitload of these guys into the well, though. Then just like lean down and pepper them with spells.
Alrighty. Mitha, what would you like to do?
Let's go for a hobgoblin number 1.
Alrighty, roll it. That is definitely a hit.
Boot.
Your arrow launches through the air and jams into his shoulder, and he tears it out, gritting his teeth as he does. Augusto, what will you do?
I don't think it was. It was probably a regular action to use it. Yeah, it's an action. So we're not. I'm just. These guys are in a very bad place, so I'm just going to assume they're evil without detecting for it. So I'm going to run up here and smack it with my sword as soon as I pull up the sheet because of that unfortunate refresh. Which did prove that I was where I said I was. Hey, it's a 19.
Alright,
18. 18 hit?
you slash against him, but he holds up his shield
Mother.
and parries the blow.
Parried, god damn you.
So much damage wasted too.
That probably
Splug.
killed him.
Splug rushes forward.
Do I get anything other than that 4 temp HP for the heroism?
Think there's something else.
You see Splug lean over the edge of the well, and he hawks up a loogie and spits it at the hobgoblin at the bottom.
Splug, you useless bastard.
And he's laughing all the way. All right. The soldier raises his weapon against Gideon and tries to strike him. He missed. As he slings his flail wildly. And more hobgoblins enter the room.
Huh. It's a lot of hobgoblins, guys. Like, what the hell?
Gerhardt, what would you like to do?
I think we'll be fine. We
Can't
just
really
need
change your pants.
our ranged people to handle the grunts while we keep the soldiers occupied.
I feel like those other two grunts are about to let that spider out, though.
That is true.
Oh.
I'm not too worried about it, but we can nuke it if we need to.
Well, also, we can go back on the stairs and funnel them as well. And since they're stairs, the ranged people can go in the back and still be able to hit.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that myself.
It's an
Alright.
option. Not a bad one.
I'm going to center a fairy fire and we'll put it right here.
Awesome, alrighty. We'll go for the grunts first. So,
It's a DC 13.
grunt 3 and grunt 4 first. Oh, they now grant advantage. Now for soldier, the first soldier and the third one.
Damn.
Well, that's the win.
Oh, and the third one still fails. And the first one does likewise. Alright, so he does not have to use his resilience. He is the cursed one is the only one not affected by the fairy fire.
Well, that's unfortunate.
Well, I'll handle him. You handle the other one.
That's fair.
Unless you get advantage from your
I don't.
curse.
Well, I don't get advantage. It's just I score crits on a 19 instead of a 20, and if he dies, I get HP, but I get that either way, and I'm
Okay.
full. So
How much damage is this first one taken?
he has taken, I want to say 4 from Gerhardt and 11 from Mitha,
So it's
something like
15.
that.
I definitely did 4.
I want to say 15 damage total.
Alright, anything else, Gerhardt, or are you done?
No one's taken damage yet, so I'm going to end my turn.
Gideon, what will you do?
So should we not back up yet and just keep going and see how we do?
I'll kind of want to keep going and see how we do, especially since we got this fairy fire.
All right. Then I will attack the guy right here.
Alright, roll it.
Wow, I missed still.
Yep, you miss. Andros, what will you do?
I'm gonna attack this one right here.
Alrighty, roll it.
Do I do advantage with that?
Nope. He managed to dodge the fairy fire.
Okay. Then I'm just gonna hit him with my dagger.
Roll it. That is a miss.
Yep.
The grunts, the nearest grunts rush up to Gideon and prepare to swing.
That is a miss.
That isn't it?
Not a miss. But that does not break my temp HP, which is nice. I do, however, have to roll a con save. I have passed it.
All right. The last grunt near you runs up to Splug and prepares to stab him in the back.
No,
Weak
half-naked.
little wretch. And he misses. All right. The two hobgoblins are tampering with the cage. You can hear them frantically clattering with metal objects. It sounds like they're preparing to slowly release a latch on a door. Mitha, what do you want to do?
I wonder if I could hit them. I know that's probably not what I should do.
Why do I not have mother of stupid Jeff?
All right, I'm gonna go for number 1, straight in front.
Alrighty, roll it. Unfortunately, it clings against his armor, and that is a miss.
What? Okay.
Augusto, what will you do?
Well, first, I am going to use my bonus action to cast Thunderous Smite on my sword or whatever.
Yeah.
I imagine everybody listening knows what Thunderous Smite is. If I land a hit, I do an extra 2d6 thunder damage, and a couple other neat things happen. So, Thunderous Smite, whoosh. And then I'm going to swing at my friend, the Hobgoblin, as soon as I get from my spell page back to my core. Make my swing.
That is a miss.
That is, but it's concentration up to a minute.
Splug is just going to straight up take the opportunity attack from the grunt and rush to harass the other hobgoblin. It rakes across his back, but he just ignores it, and he's going to give Gideon the help action. He seems to like Gideon as he yanks at.
Do you help as a bonus?
No, it's just a regular action. He just moved. He didn't disengage or anything.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, never mind. Okay, sorry. I saw that hobgoblin grunt attack. I thought that was him.
I also did that, but I just saw
Okay.
the word goblin, and I assumed.
Yeah.
That's racism.
I didn't even read it. I just saw the short sword attack and thought, oh, that's Splug.
Now the soldiers. Let's see. All right. Augusto, you're taking a swing from one of the soldiers. He sweeps his flail against you.
Miss.
Gideon, the next one does similarly.
That is a miss. Which is actually... Wait, is it? Because okay. No, that is a miss. I'm really glad I increased my AC.
Alrighty. The next soldier rushes forward to Andros and tries to swing. Oh, and he misses. Alright. I believe that is all of the main... Yeah, that's all of them, because one of them's in a well, and he just... Without rope and someone helping him, he's stuck down there.
So you're saying we should just push them all down there, then? Is
Gerhardt.
my understanding.
You can hear him flailing
that
about.
strategy.
Alright, what do you want to do, Gerhardt?
Okay, can I see this guy from here, or will I have to take another step?
Which guy?
This one right here.
Yeah, you can tell. You can see him.
Alright, I'm gonna swing my sling at him.
Alrighty, you've got advantage. Unfortunately, that is a miss as it clanks against his shield. They seem to be almost doing some kind of mimicking some kind of phalanx maneuver as they bunch together. Anything else?
Jerks. That's it.
Gideon, what do you want to do?
I mean, should I keep attacking this guy, or should I go for the grunt, you think? I think that we should try and get him whittled down.
Getting him. If I can land a hit, I hit hard, and it will probably down him.
Knowing
If
this asshole, he's gonna keep parrying one of us, though.
I think I'm gonna hit.
Parry adds what? 5 AC or some ridiculous BS? Alright. 1 second. I guess I'll attack one of the grunt right here then, see if I can get him down.
Alrighty, roll it.
I want to see how much HP those assholes have anyways.
I think.
Wait, which? Okay, so the grunt right here?
No, the one that's still standing in the
Okay, that's a soldier.
Soldier. The
Oh,
one in
that is a
front of you
soldier?
grunt.
Yep.
Oh, then the grunt directly in front of me is fine.
Alright, that actually does hit. With your 9 damage, you lance into his chest, and he grabs feebly at your weapon. You see him wince and fall over dead.
Oh, alright. That's not too bad.
Kill the ads first. Every raid common tactic.
Anything else?
No, I will end.
Andros, what do you want to do?
If you run, you're probably gonna die.
Unless you disengage first.
Unless you disengage first.
Yeah, I want to disengage.
Alrighty, you disengage. You do not provoke opportunity attacks for this turn. Where do you want to go?
I'm going to move back here.
Alrighty. That it?
Yeah, because use my action.
Alrighty. Gideon, the grunt next to you, takes a swing. And misses. The next grunt walks forward and tries to stab Splug. Come back here, you little traitor! And he manages to hit for 1 point, just barely nicking Splug. And the grunts in the back, you hear a loud screeching as they open a door to a cage. And it's basically about a 5-foot broad spider prepares to leap out.
Oh, hell no.
Do we get an initiative score for it yet, or is that going to be a mystery? Okay, after us then.
That's actually really bad.
That does kind of suck, yeah.
Because that means that it's just gonna go probably right after Splug.
Mitha, what do you want to do?
Action. Back up to her.
Well, what do you guys think? Should I go for the spider in the back or keep working on the guys in the front?
Probably take out as many grunts as we can before they get in, the spider in.
So
You what?
You could aim for the grunts in front of the spider if you wanted to.
That's true. I mean, I'd just say specifically try and target the grunts. We know they have low HP. I just killed one with 9 damage, so...
Oh, nice.
That one of these two. We don't know if they have any ranged weapons on them. Which they might.
Yeah, I'd say just try and take out as many grunts as possible. Just because
Okay.
there'll be less enemies to deal with.
I'll go for grunt number 1 in front of the cage.
Alrighty, roll it. You manage to hit. The arrow flies through the air, lands into the back of his head, and he falls over dead.
Good. They at least have 7.
Oh
Nice.
yeah, these guys are not very tough.
Well,
Augusto.
for this,
Right.
I will then
oops.
put Hail of Thorns on my next hit then.
Alrighty. Augusto.
That's if that's still there, but okay. Once more with the great sword strike on the. I hit twice, just as the first one. Unfortunately. So just a 10, and it misses.
That 10 was the accidental hit, Ben. He meant to do the 19.
Yeah, but unfortunate.
Yep. That misses.
Did that just roll like a stupid, obnoxious amount of d6s for anyone else?
It did,
Yeah.
because I accidentally rolled twice.
Yeah, but it all went down, so I saw like all 12 of those.
Alright, anything
Uh,
else?
I think it's just 8. That's all I can do.
Splug will whip around and try to stab the grunt who's cutting at him.
There we go.
Silly dingus, as he whacks him.
And he does.
Low AC too.
Oh, wait, nope. They're also doing the phalanx thing. Because they're side by side. They get a +2 AC, so that actually does miss. The spider leaps from out of its cage, kind of like a flea. It just starts bouncing around.
What if he rush to movement this turn and disengages? So 50.
It will then rush around and... yeah, it's gonna dash to get more movement. It literally leaps forward next to Splug and eyes him hungrily. Alright, the soldier. Let's see, there are... There's only 2 soldiers down here at the moment. So the first one will swing at Augusto.
Mm-hmm. Misses.
The next one moves forward also to strike at Augusto.
Motherfucker. Well, thank you, Splug, for keeping them from phalanxing me. That does hit. So full damage, there goes my temp HP.
Yep, your speed is now reduced to 10 feet, and you have a -2 to attack anybody but a hobgoblin soldier.
Well, isn't that just convenient? That's exactly what I'm going to hit.
Gerhardt, what will you do?
That did my temp HP, right? Does that count for concentration?
Yep, if you take damage.
Okay. Mother... Fine, there goes my Thunderous Smite.
Alright, Gerhardt, what do you want to do?
Let's see here. Let's use Frostbite on this soldier here.
Alright.
Yeah. Oh, nope. Oh,
He successfully resists.
well, that's totally fair.
Anything else?
How's everyone doing on health?
We're all full.
Yeah, it looks like. Alright, now I guess I'll end my turn.
Gideon, what do you want to do? The hobgoblins are snarling and roaring at you.
Grunt.
Yeah. Oh, this one over there. Yeah, that's a soldier.
Yeah, Do you think I should try and attack him yet, or wait? I won't have advantage because Splug didn't help this turn.
He's fairy fired on that one over there.
No, I meant this guy though. The guy that my curse is
Oh
on.
yeah. Nope, he
So
did
I'll
not
just
help you.
keep attacking the guy to the left of me. Try and take out another guy.
Alrighty. Roll it.
Ah. Oh shit!
Oh, you definitely skewer him through the head. Like, just clean through, and he goes limp. Helmet falls to the ground with a clatter, weapon clangs on the stone. He is dead. Anything else?
No, that's it.
Andros.
Okay, I'm gonna hit grunt number 5.
Roll
Right
it.
here with
Boy, that spider's awful fast.
firebolt. Yeesh.
Unfortunately, that is a miss. And now the grunts. The grunts.
Even with your -2, your rolls are obnoxiously low for some unfair reason.
Alright, Gideon, you're taking a stab from one grunt. Oh wait, no, you killed all the grunts next to you. Alright, looks like Splug's getting a stab. And missed. The other two, or the other one remaining, rushes forward. Alrighty. That is all the remaining grunts. Mitha, what do you want to do? And you want to shoot that grunt right there?
I'm gonna shoot. Yep, this one over here.
Alrighty, roll your attack.
It's the only one rolling high tonight. Gosh darn it.
Well, that missed, but it does still splinter off because of your spell, correct?
Correct.
Alright, so the spider and the goblins and all of them have to make their save.
Jess, why is your DC only 10?
You're right, it should be DC 13, shouldn't it? But oh well.
Yeah, that was something I wanted to add. What's your wisdom?
Wisdom is 17.
Then yeah, your DC is 13 because it's 8 plus proficiency plus ability score that is your spellcaster. I don't know why it's not scaling right on your sheet, but your save DC is definitely 13 if your wisdom's 17. Oh my god. What kind of horse shit was that?
Alright, the second one will use... will attempt to use his reaction to roll the save again. But he still fails. Alright, and now for the spider.
The spider's probably ridiculously dexterous based on how fast he was.
Yep. Alright, so they take half damage from the 3, so that's 1 point of damage for everyone who passed.
Cool. Do you mind if I roll it again to see if I fixed it?
And just to see if you fixed it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Cool.
Alright, the grunts seem to have evaded the blast of arrows fairly well, but the spider has taken a bit of the splinters. Augusto, what do you want to do?
I burned a spell slot for no reason, apparently. So we're gonna whack the cursed guy again, or try to.
Alrighty, roll it.
19.
As you clang against his shield, it is it is to no avail.
Alright.
Splug. Oh, it's Splug. Splug's going to give Augusto the help action as he actually tries to yank up, or he leaps up to try and ride the opposing hobgoblin's shield to weigh him down some.
Yeah, I'll take.
Okay. The spider kind of crouches down to the floor and then bounces high above everybody's heads. Gideon, you're taking an attack.
Okay.
Its fangs are bared and it leaps forward and tries to puncture you with his bite.
Oof.
You take a total of 10 points of damage and make a Constitution saving throw. Alright, you do not have
Poison.
yeah, you don't have the
And that's
poison.
a concentration check. I do not have heroism on you anymore.
Alright. Augusto, the soldiers next to you start to swing.
Miss.
Their flails sweep back and forth, clanging loudly.
The first one's a hit. 8 damage. Yeah. Ugh.
Gideon, the one next to you, also takes a swing. You're in for it now, he shouts as he moves to protect the spider. But he misses you. Gerhardt, what do you want to do?
Let's see here. There's not much, but I'm going to use my Balm of the Summer Court and give Augusto a little HP.
Alrighty.
You get 2 HP and then 1 temporary HP.
Thank you.
Something.
It's something.
Alright, that was a bonus action, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
What else would you like to do?
Let's go ahead and... Splug wasn't there. Let's see. I think I'll just... Well, you know what? No. I can't really step forward because I don't be in range of the soldier. Yeah, we'll just frostbite the soldier here.
Alrighty. Oh, he just barely manages to make it. Alright, Gideon. What do you want to do, Gideon?
I guess I want to attack the spider because that damage is pretty cray, and I don't want to die to the damage that is indeed cray.
Alright, roll it. You hit. You jam your weapon into the spider's abdomen, and it lets out kind of a long screech.
Oh, damn it. I can't do my re.
Alright, anything else?
No. Let's take back the fact that I just read, though. Like, let's never act like that actually
Andros, what will you do?
I'm going to try and attack grunt number 5 again.
Alrighty. Roll it. He explodes as you whip the perfect. It's like And magnificent. It's almost like in slow motion. You flick this perfect, explosive bolt of fire that impacts him and immolates him. It's almost like an art. And he is just roasted. Anything else?
No, that's it.
The grunt rushes forward. Caster! Caster! He shouts as he runs towards Andros. Oh, and he misses. He clangs against your armor, but you have much thicker hide than he anticipated. Mitha, what do you want to do? There's a grunt right next to you. And he's looking real dangerous.
Go for him.
Alrighty. You snap out your short sword and leap for him. You stab his leg, and he kind of falls limp for a moment, and then you reach, go for an overhand kind of twirl and slash him across the chest, and he dies.
So you know, taking
Nice.
at least 6 HP.
Anything else?
Nope, that's it.
Augusto.
Yeah. Oh, did he nuke that grunt with a crit? Oof.
Yeah, he nuked it with a crit.
What a waste. But good shot. You finally hit something. Good man. Okay.
I wish I used it on the spider though.
Exactly. You never actually hit the thing you want to hit when you get a crit.
It's fine, man. You hit something and it was glorious. Swig at the guy in front of me. Nat one. Alright, next turn.
Alrighty.
Screw me, I guess.
Actually, I believe, didn't Splug give you the help action?
He did.
You have advantage. You do have another roll.
Well, maybe.
Make it count.
Oh,
Give it a
I
try.
dropped my volume.
No pressure.
Yeah, you had advantage. You can make that roll again.
Yes,
Splug
Splug
helped
helped
you.
you is what he's saying, Jeff. You have another attack. You didn't roll
Oh.
with advantage.
Alright. Fair enough.
Jesus.
That's alright. I'm dealing with stuff elsewhere. 17 I miss. Alright.
Yep, unfortunately
Nice.
that is a miss. Splug is going to... let's see, what does Splug want to do? He is going to disengage and run around. And stand right there as he's sifting through his spears and things. Alright, now for the spider. You see it duck down and then leap forward. Beside Jeff, or rather Augusto.
Miss.
Oh, he does indeed miss. But it's right in front of you now, Mitha. The soldiers start swinging at you. 2 on Augusto and 1, the third one, on Gideon.
Those were all misses, I believe, altogether. Mine definitely missed.
The
I'm
soldier,
assuming you have higher than 6.
I do.
the soldier then moves to the space left open by the spider. Gerhardt.
That one's still fairy fired, right?
Yep.
Should be.
Gerhardt, what would you like to do?
Let's let's frostbite the spider.
Alrighty.
Nice damage. Come on. No roll.
Hey, the spider suddenly kind of quivers as the ice, you act like you're sprinkling winter snowflakes onto it, and it freezes where every snowflake lands, and he is unable to resist it.
Good. That will end my turn.
Gideon, what will you do?
I have the urge to either attack the spider. I don't know. I'll attack the guy I have advantage on.
Alrighty, roll it.
Everybody else is probably about to just lay into that spider over the next couple turns, so. And it's a mess. These soldiers
Yep.
are ridiculous.
These soldiers love to clump together. Andros, what will you do?
I'm going to use Fireball on Soldier 1.
All right, so just so you remember, it's a spell, but it is a ranged attack. So casting that while within melee range of someone is at disadvantage.
Oh, even though I'm not attacking the spider?
Yep, even though you're not attacking the spider.
Okay, never mind. Then I'll hit the spider with a dagger.
Stab that spider. Roll it. You got him. As it's kind of shivering, you stab into a leg, and it's just flailing about, just shivering and shuddering, and it screams angrily at the stab of your dagger.
Okay.
Oh, I think all the grunts are dead. Yeah, they're all dead. Mitha, what would you like to do?
Going for the spider.
Alrighty. Oh, your short sword makes quick work of its abdomen. You practically carve your name into his butt.
That's what I do.
7 points of damage. It's still standing, but it is not yet. It's starting to look pretty worn out. Augusto, what do you want to do?
Say the line, Augusto. Swing at the soldier in front of me again. And
You
I finally
hit. 10 points of damage as you slash into him.
Yeah, and I don't get to reroll any of the damage dice. Isn't that? You know what? Does that damage kill him outright?
You don't get the sense that your strike will kill him, as it is.
No, I was going to, but screw it. I'm not going to. Whoever's next, go.
Splug. Alright, Splug hurls. Or actually, first he moves around a bit. And he lobs a spear. And he missed. The spear flies out from his hand and clanks against the armor of... Oh wait, he has advantage. He's attacking the one that's been fairy fired. Oh, nope. No luck. The spider is going to do its thing. And leaps away. It lands over here and tries to bite at Augusto. Or rather, not Augusto. It's going to leap over in here and bite at Gerhardt.
Okay, this fucking spider.
Jump in, you little jerk.
Okay, so I think that when it comes to these soldiers, that we need to target the same one, because no matter what, if we hit it, it's just gonna parry.
Oh, it misses.
It's not that it's parrying, it's just that it has 20 AC.
Yes,
Thought they
when
had-
they're adjacent, they have 20 AC. When they're
Oh,
alone, they have
Jesus.
18. All right. The soldiers remaining. All right. The fairy fired one swings at Gideon. Oh, okay, Gideon.
No.
You take
Yeah,
18
that
points of
actually
damage.
downs me.
All right,
Oh,
Augusto, the other two swing for you.
Both miss.
Alrighty. Gerhardt, it's your move. There's a spider in the hall.
I don't like this spider, no sir.
Oh, he's been jumping around. He wants to nibble on your carcass, and he's just, ooh.
Come on, man, I was a spider once. Be cool.
Unlimited S-word pass.
Yeah.
Alright, what are you going to do?
Oh. I am going to use frostbite on the spider.
Alrighty.
Keep it low.
Oh, he doesn't have disadvantage, so he has a 19. So he resists.
Alright. I'm gonna use bonus action since I can still cast a spell as long as the other spell was a cantrip, right?
That is exactly how it works. If it's a bonus action to cast it, then the regular action has to be a cantrip. You can still cast a higher level spell as a bonus action if it is such
Well,
available.
then Gideon gets some healing word. Yeah, roll.
Hey,
Well,
5
I didn't
HP.
roll max, but
Hey, that's
not down
something.
anymore.
Yeah.
And it's your turn next.
Gideon, you have 5 hit points. I presume you
Excellent.
stand up from prone.
I do.
All right.
Alright. The thing is, I feel like no matter what we do at this point, we're just not gonna hit them.
We have to get them away from each other, but that requires hitting, at least for one of the things I can do.
Could shove one into the well.
That is true. But I don't want to just go down my next turn. But if I cast False Life, odds are my luck, I'm rolling low.
I believe in you.
I feel like I should cast False Life, but at the same time, that's just going to give me one more turn of life to do nothing.
It will keep a hit away from me, at least.
It is true. YOLO, as they say.
Hey,
Oh,
8
nice.
temporary hit points. You have 8 temporary hit points now.
I'm glad I can cast that at will.
All right, you gonna move anywhere?
No.
Andros, there is a spider flailing around behind you. What are you gonna do?
Stab it with my dagger.
You roll that stab. That, unfortunately, is a miss. Mitha, what do you want to do?
I'll stab it with my short sword.
You stab it. You thrust into its abdomen further, and you're now up to about its upper torso. It is barely hanging on.
Give it a dirty look.
Augusto.
Indeed. Oh, one more attempted strike at the man in front of me.
Alrighty.
Ow. Yeah. 19. Oh,
Unfortunately, that is a miss. Splug
We know.
will rush in and use the help action by grabbing the hobgoblin who is weakened. He is up on his back, trying to thwack him on the head with his with the blunt part of his spear, just over and over again. The spider is going to leap It leaps up and lands behind, yeah, he'll land over beside Augusto.
Come at me, you piece of garbage.
His oozing fangs are bared, and he plunges them, or attempts to plunge them, into your side.
Miss.
Oh, he does miss. And now the soldiers. 1 on Gideon and 2 on Augusto. They thrash back and forth with their flails. Nine damage on Augusto on that final swing as he clocks you upside the head.
So -8 from my main one, and -1 from my temp HP.
Oh boy.
Gerhardt, it's your move. What would you like to do?
Alright, let's see here.
I think we gotta finish off this spider most of all.
I can still see the spider. Let's frostbite him.
Hopefully he doesn't roll crazy high on his con save again for some reason.
Ah, he manages to resist.
He's got a fucking +1 for Christ's sake, Ben. What is with the rolls your enemies have?
I don't know. Gideon, what would you like to
I
do?
guess I'll attack the guy. Ugh. Splug's helping Augusto with him, right?
Yep, Splug has helped Augusto.
Then I am just attacking the fucker in front of me.
Alright, you've got advantage.
Yes.
You hit. You thrust your weapon into him for 5 points of damage.
Oh, by the way, when I was incapacitated, he got uncursed, so...
Ah. Andros, what would you like to do now?
I'm gonna shoot a fireball at the spider.
Alright, roll it. Unfortunately, that is a miss, as it goes too far and collides with... It goes, yeah, just a little too far up and impacts the well. Mitha, your move.
Alright, let's see if I can finish off that spider.
You take aim and let the arrow fly. Unfortunately, that is a miss.
Oh my god.
Augusto,
Oh,
it is
geez,
your
that
turn.
Came back to me pretty fast.
Yep, you got
Yep,
advantage
everybody
on
missed, so...
you got advantage on that guy because
Yeah, that-
Splug is helping you.
And I am swinging at him. I remember to hit advantage this time.
You hit
24. 12.
as Splug is smacking him around the head. He reaches up instinctively with his arm, his weapon arm, and you take the moment to give him a diagonal upward slash. You drag it across his ribcage, and the armor gives way to your weapon. You cleave him open, and he falls down dead.
Finally, now I can hit the guy next to me and actually hit.
Splug, he is going to just take the opportunity attack from the other one, rush over, and use the help action for Augusto to hit the next one. Again! Again! He shouts as he rushes over to the goblin. More disemboweling!
I like our goblin friend. He has his priorities straight.
And the opportunity attack misses. Alright, the spider. It leaps up. Oh, it doesn't even matter. It leaps up to behind Splug and misses.
We're Where's the asshole jumping to this time? Just
Right
fucking
there.
Please, spider.
Alright. The soldiers remaining. Alright, Gideon, one swings at you and the other swings at Augusto. Alright, 4 points of damage, Gideon. Are you up?
I had,
You had
that
your
10
temp HP?
so
You still
I'm
have.
far past up.
Oh,
I
awesome.
still have 4 more.
Awesome. The flail swings wide, and Augusto, you it wraps around your sword for a moment, but you snap it away, and it flies off, or rather, not flies off, but it releases your weapon, and you're just giving him this look. Gerhardt, what will you do now, Gerhardt? The goblins are falling. The spider is weakened. What do you want?
Do the goblins still have pack tactics?
They do not have pack tactics.
Thankfully. Can I see the spider from where I am?
Kinda. You'd have to move out a little bit more to see him better, but, you can see legs.
You can move into my space if you want.
You know what? I'm actually gonna do that. And I'm just gonna stab it with my spear.
Alright, you reach around the corner. Roll it.
I don't have advantage.
That, unfortunately, is a miss.
I'm gonna have to take the,
The opportunity attack. Alrighty.
Come on.
Oh, he missed.
Miss. I should have just used frostbite.
Gideon, what do you want to do?
Okay, I really want to just finish this fucking spider off.
Alrighty, go right ahead.
Please do.
Because for the love of God, just die, please. Oh my god.
Oh.
It doesn't even make sense anymore.
Andros, it's your turn.
It's comical, to be honest.
Firebolting the spider.
Alrighty, roll it.
Oof.
That is a miss.
Yeah.
Mitha,
At least a 13.
what would you like to do, Mitha?
Come on. Oh, man. Really?
Augusto!
You know, I thought for a moment we had a fight we wouldn't have to take a short rest after.
Augusto, you have advantage. Oh wait, or do you? Yeah, you did.
He said he gave me
Yeah.
help again.
Yep, he gave you. That's right.
That's the one I got it. Yes.
Oh, you got him.
I always get it on. You know what? I am sick of tired. I'm gonna use my last spell slot as a bonus action. Cast Thunderous Smite. It takes an extra 2d6 of thunder damage,
Alrighty, roll it.
and he
Ooh.
has nice another 11 damage, and he has to beat a 13 for a strength save or be knocked 10 feet away from me. Alright, so he stays where he is, but loud boom as my sword connects and I shout some sort of phrase.
The hobgoblin looks with surprise at you. This he did not expect to be blasted with some kind of like concussion strike. And Splug, he's going to help. He's going to help Gideon. He's going to help Gideon against the spider.
Hopefully it'll be dead by then, but I get the sentiment.
He jams a couple of its eyes with his fingers, and that's his help action for the turn.
Wait, is he still gonna have help when it jumps away, though?
Yes, he has distracted it long enough for you to get your advantage. Alright, it leaps into the air. It can't actually get to the space where between Andros and Gerhardt, so it's going to leap over here beside Gideon.
Fuck off, spider ass.
Oh, and he bites you for 7 poison. Make your Constitution save. Oh, wait. Oh, you just have this. Yeah, you start with the, yeah. You'll take 2 poison damage at the start of your next turn, and your speed is 10 feet, and you end it with a Constitution save at the end of your turn.
Well, that means right at the start of my next turn, I'm downed.
The soldier takes a swing. He looks to the spider, sees and nods as it has bitten to Gideon. Just smiles and swings at the both of the soldiers swing at a gusto.
Come at me, Dingle. You miss. No, you hit. Both hit. Why? Why did they have a +5 to hit all of a sudden? Or no, that's just this other one. I'm seeing a 12 on that dice roll, and I'm very upset about this. I see an 11. That should be a 14, not a 16. I am angry.
I see a 13 on it.
I see an 11.
I see 5, 13, and 8.
Well, when you drop from the first swing, the next one turns instead to Splug. He takes the last hit for 8 damage.
Yeah, that first one would down me.
Gerhardt, it's your move.
Well, let's see here. What can I do? This is getting really ridiculous. You know what? I'm just gonna go to here. Please don't doing that, but I'm gonna frostbolt. I'm gonna try and frostbite the spider.
Oh, as you sprinkle your snowflakes, the ice begins to converge all over the spider's body. You hear it shivering and sputtering, and it is frozen solid, dead.
Good. And I'm gonna use my other Balm of the Summer Court on Gideon.
Alrighty.
3 HP and 1 temp.
Gideon, it's your move.
Alright, well, if I take 2 damage, and I gained, what, 3 HP and 1 temp, you said?
Yeah. I guess you take 2 damage.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's correct.
So I am at 4. And I'll guess I'll make my con save.
You maintain your concentration. Oh, that's at
No,
the end
that's
of...
for the poison,
Yeah, that's at the end of your turn.
not concentrating.
That's right.
Oh, that's at the end?
Yeah, that's at the end of your turn to make the save.
I mean, I still take the damage, though, at first. Right
Yeah,
at the
you
start,
take the
right?
damage at the start. Yes.
Okay, well, then I'm just going to attack the guy in front of me.
Alright.
May as well.
He is alone. Roll it. You got your... Oh, well, you hit, but you also have the fairy fire on there. It's
Oh, well,
it's actually still active.
I might crit, so, you know, I didn't.
Nope.
Well,
Good try.
9 damage.
Minus that 9 health. He stumbles back angrily. But he stands relatively strong. He's looking a little worse for wear, but he's still got some fight left in him. Andros, what will you do?
If I hit number 3, is that with advantage?
Yes, that is. He has been cloaked in magical fairy fire. What color is it, Dev?
We'll make it, I don't know, yellow.
He is cloaked in strange yellow flames that make it a lot easier to hit him.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot a firebolt at him.
Roll it. 10 points of damage as you blast him with fire.
Alright.
He is definitely almost down. Mitha, what would you like to do?
I'm gonna shoot for number 4.
Alrighty, roll it. It clings against his armor.
Bad day.
Augusto, roll your first death save.
Go. Which there it is. Death save.
Oh.
Success.
Nah, I think it. Well, yeah, it's 10 or higher.
You're fine.
Yeah, it's one
now.
success. All right, Splug.
Yep, one success.
Splug is going to. He's going to give Mitha the help action on this soldier right down here. He shouts, "Mitha, Mitha, get him, get him, get him!" And he's just riding the shield like he tends to do, just flailing about, just trying as best as he can to weigh down the goblin. All right. The soldier swings back at Splug. Get off, you little whelp. And he hits 9 points of damage on Splug. And the next one comes for Gideon. Oh, and he misses. Gerhardt, what would you like to do now?
Alright, let's see here. Let's frostbite this guy for now.
Alrighty. He fails. The frost coats him, and he is hindered by the severe hypothermia he is experiencing.
Good, I'm glad.
Gideon, what would you like to do?
I can't see how the guy in front of me is doing on HP, so...
He has less than half.
Alright, well... I'll just keep going for him then. Why not?
Alrighty. Roll it. You hit. 9 damage. Oh, that's actually... He had 8 hit points left.
God.
The flames die down as you leap forward. Your blade in his chest. He sputters, coughs some blood, curses at you, and falls down dead.
And I'll just end here.
Andros, what will you do?
Hold on.
Hmm?
Quick question.
Oh, make your
Did you
constitution
ever-
save.
Did you ever break concentration on Hex before?
The Warlock's curse does not require concentration. Like the Hexblade's
Yeah.
curse.
Hexblade Curse doesn't require concentration, but it goes away automatically if I'm incapacitated.
Did you go down before you died?
Yes. The
Darn.
first time I went down.
Okay.
Alright, sorry, Andros. Continue.
Gonna firebolt the one in front of me.
Roll it.
Oops, sorry. No.
No, that's what's funny.
That's your third crit with Fireball tonight, and I think that's like probably all the crits we're gonna get the whole game.
Yeah, we're
Stop
going with
fucking
the
small.
we're going with the first roll, and you got a crit on that first roll. And guess how much health he has left?
7.
7.
Stop
Nice.
taking all of our crits, you jerk.
He drops dead. All of your adversaries have fallen, and the room is now yours. What would you like to do?
I'm going to
Probably.
make another death saving
Well,
throw.
no, I'm gonna use my lay on hands to give you 1 HP. My healing hands. I have that as as an ASMR.
Cool.
You
Plus
get
1.
2.
Yep.
All right. What do you want to do now?
Yay.
Probably another short rest, as is tradition for every encounter we have. Because me, Splug, and Augusto are like on death's door. Well, first of all, I'm just gonna like pepper the guy down in the well with Eldritch Blasts until he's dead.
Awesome.
Oh, good call.
I don't trust his ability to not like eventually crawl back up. I
As-
make sure he
in
realizes
fact,
all of
that's-
his friends are dead first.
He looks up and curses at you.
Okay, do you actually want me to roll him or just say that it worked?
Yeah, as you're firing at him, you can hear him muttering, and it echoes back up. Should have gone with the gruel. And you eventually do kill him with enough blasts.
Alright, so I'm assuming we're taking another short rest, right?
Before we do that, I would actually like to look where I came from. Make sure there's no one else coming.
That actually is a good point, because odds are there are probably more.
Yeah. I'd like to. Can I peek around this corner over here?
Yeah, and
I
I'll do
should-
this one.
I should probably cast False Life first.
Might not be a bad idea.
Another well.
Yeah, I'm gonna, as they're doing that, cast False Life again.
There you
There we go.
Mitha, you see a bedding chamber where the hobgoblins were resting. You see, bedrolls and some snacks and things.
I know where I'm sleeping.
Andros, you see a chamber that opens up into some other places.
Yeah, I don't have stealth, so I don't know if someone else wants to go down and take a peek around another corner.
Ask our stealthy lady in her shiny new studded leather.
You know, that's true. It is pretty studded.
Um,
Oh,
can we search the bodies of the soldiers?
yeah.
Or anything?
You find 10 gold pieces and 27 silver pieces spread among the hobgoblins and their possessions.
10 gold pieces and how many silver?
27 silver.
Alright, I got it.
Thanks.
Thanks. You're welcome, by the way.
All right. You don't hear anything nearby.
Oh dear.
You don't see anything. You're pretty sure you're hidden.
I love how confident you sound.
Alright.
Okay. Then I want to stealthily walk along the edge of the room and look through the various doorways. See what else I can see.
That extends into a hallway that goes much further down. Into a fairly large chamber, but seems to be empty. You can tell even further there's another doorway.
Okay. What about these two doorways up here?
You see one chamber turns to another corridor and another ends in a doorway.
Hmm. This is the doorway up here?
Yep.
And there's another door over here.
Yep.
Alright, let's take a peek over here.
You peer around and you see a room with a number of tables with a table and a number of chairs. It looks like there's some food left over there, but not much.
Okay. last but not least, down here.
You press onward, and the further you go, the further you can see into these various rooms. This chamber seems to be open, but there is a smaller chamber going to the left at the bottom, and an open doorway into another chamber, in which you can tell, even from there, there's some kind of large statue.
Oh. Oh, I see. All right. Since it's still empty, let's peek around this corner.
What could possibly go wrong?
I know, right? I'm like so far away from everyone.
Worst comes to worst, bonus action. No, you're not a rogue. Never mind, you're screwed.
The corridor extends outward.
Keep an eye out for sneaky traps.
All right, I've pushed my luck. I'll go back and tell everyone else what I found.
Alrighty. You return to your companions and relay the information. Now, do you guys want to take a short rest or anything?
That's why I am in the bed.
Alright, you hang around for an hour and take your short rest. You may spend your hit dice such that you have them.
Nice.
Awesome. Alrighty. And it's like 2 a.m. right now. You guys want to call it here?
Sounds
Yep.
like a plan.
Yeah.
Alright, this is a decent place to stop. Alrighty. I'll calculate experience for you real quick.
Don't forget to exclude the first zombies we fought. We already got that XP.
Alright. So, what were some of your favorite moments so far?
This was a really bad session. I don't have any favorite moments. Screw all of this.
I don't know. I want to say 5th or 6th time I've been downed already.
That's a good one too, because I'm in the same boat.
I like
swear,
shoving the guy down the
Our
one.
people have to have like actual brain damage by now.
We're getting pretty close to that realm. No joke.
Like, pretty sure we're just gonna have to retire soon.
I think my
I
favorite
see.
part was when Andros pushed the soldier into the well.
How about when he crit with Firebolt 3 times?
That was nice too.
I've crit once this whole game, and it was
I don't think I
tonight.
have crit yet.
You're using up all of our good luck.
It was to make up with all the bad shots all night.
That is true. You missed like every shot you didn't crit, so.
It all sort of just built
it
up
wasn't
over
even your
time and
fault.
got released.
Even with the negatives from our resurrections, your rolls were like 6s. Because Roll20 just for some reason is not a fan of you.
Nope.
But you took up the mantle that Dev had at least, because Dev used to get the worst rolls of anybody here.
Alrighty. For vanquishing all of these hobgoblins, you get 121 experience points.
101?
121.
Ah, okay, I like that one.
I level up.
Hot dog! You have more spells to choose from and spell slots. Alright, well, with that divvied out, I want to thank everyone for watching. Please remember to chill touch that like button and subscribe. And I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.
Bye.
Adios.
Bye.
Bye.
Love you.
Yes.